What's dat?
Dat is dat.
All is all.
The all
What
all
gender
all
is
by all by all played by Benedict Cumberbatch as a non-binary icon, and we stand.
It's weird how that character was actually kind of like ahead of its time.
You know what else who was ahead of their time?
Yo mama.
That yes.
Got him.
Got who?
We're live already and you just didn't tell me? How long have we been talking? Oh, 60 seconds. Okay. Alright.
I just wanted to see how long it would take for you to notice.
I probably wouldn't have noticed. I thought we were waiting for William. I would have probably just said some embarrassing personal shit. I've been like, hey, David, I bought that new ointment cream today. Went on real smooth.
You bought the oint cream for your itchy balls?
All the itching just stopped instantly.
And that
just
was
really caked it on like 6 layers.
But like it's so you have the same ball disease that Sonic in Sonic High School did.
Yeah. I forgot that there was a ball subplot in Sonic High School about Sonic's inflamed testicles.
Don't you remember when he went to the doctor and the doctor told him he had a rare disease that would cause the end of civilization as we know it?
No.
And then he got like a And then he got like the And then he in the What am I thinking?
Everything you're saying is just complete nonsense gibberish to me right now. I don't remember any of this.
And then how in the And then how when he got a fortune cookie, the fortune cookie, Sonic's fortune cookie said, "One man's ball disease will cause the death of millions."
I wonder who that's for, said Garfield, staring at the sign.
What?
Huh, I wonder who that's for.
That's not Garfield who said that.
It was Garfield. Remember, he said that he looked at the no Garfield sign and said, "Huh, I wonder who that's for." Remember that?
No, I don't actually.
You're a fake fan. You send me all these Garfield memes all the time, but you don't know anything about Garfield like I do. I'm a real Garfield fan. Don't listen to him, guys.
Who's talking right now?
He's only a fan of Garfield because he liked the movies. Which is like the objectively worst kind of fan. For Garfield, I mean. You know? So how's our space adventure going? Have we made any progress? We finally getting out of here, or... I can't even remember what was happening last time. I was just getting tired and like grumpy and just wanted to go to bed. You guys wouldn't let me.
We were too busy discussing philosophy. Okay, so
Yeah.
right now I'm sneaking past the guards from the corporation that runs this facility, and I need to get to the coordinates of the thing to because I need to get to the ship that's orbiting us. You know, the ship that I
Lenny
came
says,
here
I
on.
just got here and you're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog's irritable balls. Howdy, everybody! Hello,
You're welcome.
gamers! Hi,
Listen.
Lenny, Plastic People Productions, Jacques552,
All-
Spider-Man. Oh, he has a question. Xavier, in my Spider-Man manga I'm writing, Spidey and Black Cat have a very cute, emotionally supportive friendship. Does that work for these characters? Yeah, No, yeah, that's pretty much what they've been at for like the last, I don't know, since the '80s. You know, as soon as they broke up, they just became buddies. Because Black Cat is very toxic for relationship with Spider-Man. Because she doesn't like Peter Parker very much, and she thinks he's a boring weirdo cuck and makes him wear the mask when they have sex. She's like, no, I want to do it with Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. And he's like, but I am Spider-Man. She's like, no, the mask.
You know who else is a loser? Losers.
Yeah, bro, got him. Fucking own. I'm so hungry. I hope my food gets done soon.
Why are you hungry?
Why are you running? William isn't here yet, but he may show up later.
Yeah. He said he would be down to do things, but he hasn't, like, responded to our texts today,
Said
so...
he'd be down with the sickness, but I don't know. I'm not getting a down with the sickness vibe from him today.
You know who else is a vibe? The check.
Mama? Oh! Oh, whoa. Whoa, watch out, gamers. This guy's a comedian.
Why, though?
I'll never forgive you for pronouncing my name wrong last stream, Xavier. I'm sorry, Euphoric Larry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh God,
I'm
my
sorry.
stomach is growling. I didn't want to eat on stream, but it looks like that's gonna happen again. Oh wow, you're really close to the end of this game.
So, I guess I'll leave it up to the chat. What do you guys think about if we end Alien Isolation before the normal ending time? What should we do? Should we play some Dream Daddy?
There's like
should we play some
an hour
Half-Life
left
2?
Listen. There's like an hour left of this game if you're good at it, but I don't think we're gonna have that problem.
Yeah, I don't think you're good at this game either.
Why is Euphoric Lawrence so mad at me in the chat?
Euphoric who?
Euphoric Leroy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think,
David, do you have Death Stranding downloaded?
No. I don't have Death Stranding.
We're not gonna play that on stream.
Besides, that would be a really long game to stream.
Oh yeah, no, that game, that would be like fucking 40 sessions, like of 5 hours each. That's intense. I don't want to do that. We should play a shorter game because Alien Isolation is like a little bit too long.
We could play some Half-Life 2.
That could be a cool thing. We could do that. We could give it a try. You know what I've always wanted to stream?
What?
Resident Evil games.
Why?
Because those games are fun.
Why are they fun?
Well, I don't know, man. I'm dying. I'm starting. My stomach is eating itself.
Why are you dying?
Because he doesn't feed me, dear viewer. He just beats me and tells me it's time for another stream, and I'm like, no, my bruises haven't healed from the last stream, and he says, too bad, and then he slaps me across the face.
But of course, socially distanced, 6 feet apart, wearing masks.
Oh, yeah. He's wearing rubber gloves when he slaps me. Don't worry.
I keep thinking of that scene from The Naked Gun. The full body condom scene.
I haven't seen that in so long that I don't remember it.
It's the scene where Leslie, where the main character, and so what's the coordinates I need to set?
The coordinates are Um. Oh fuck, I don't know. Xavier, what's your favorite RE protagonist? Call me basic, but I'm pretty fond of the good old Leon Kennedy. Although
35, 75.
Jill is probably a close second. Hey, socially inept Spider-Man. You totally still have enough time to change your name to socially distancing Spider-Man. You've not passed the prime for that joke yet. We still got like another 3 or 4 months before that becomes irrelevant. You can totally do it right now. Resident Evil 7 is a good game for streaming.
Who?
Oh, hi, Golden Cat Man. Resident Evil 7, because that game's like creepy, but it's also kind of short, and it's also there's a lot of shit that happens in it that would get a good reaction. My only concern with that is that unlike Alien Isolation, which I'm like, I like it, but kind of lukewarm on it, Resident Evil 7 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I think it would be hard to watch David be bad at that. It would be kind of miserable, because I'd just be like, no, do this the whole time, and it would just be like, I would just be acting like a crazy bitch, and he would be miserable because I'd be backseat gaming him, and I don't know. However, if I were to play that one, I would love to stream that, because I'm good at that game. David, are we aware of Robert Rodriguez's new Netflix series featuring Shark Boy and Lava Girl as adults?
Why should I care?
Because it's your childhood, bro.
I never watched that movie.
Oh, man. I used to watch that all the time as a kid. You know what the weird thing was? Is even when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or whatever the fuck when that movie came out, I should look it up. I think I was even younger. When did that come out? 2005. Okay, I was 7. Even when I was 7 years old, I remember I was cringing a lot at that movie. Like, particularly the dance number where Shark Boy starts, like, fighting robots with kung fu while also singing. That, as a kid in the theater, I kind of started wincing a little. And I remember it. I think I saw that on my birthday once.
Wow.
Did it come out on my birthday?
I've never...
Oh yeah, it came out June 10th, 2005, so I think my parents took me there, like, the following month for my birthday.
So, like, I have never seen... So the first Robert Rodriguez movie I ever saw was Alita Battle Angel.
Started on one of the good ones. Because, you know, others are Spy Kids 3, Game Over.
Wasn't there one of the Spy Kids that had smell-o-vision?
Oh yeah, Spy Kids 4. And this time, Junie was back as a big man now, who had the voice of Generator Rex.
I have no idea what you're talking about. All of those words,
There's someone in the chat who gets all of these references, and they're very, very excited.
Okay, I'm sorry. All of those words had absolutely no meaning to me.
Plastic People Production says, when I was a kid, I wanted Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl to cross over so badly. I remember thinking that too. Because it's kind of the same formula for a movie. It's just, let's get a boy and a girl and have them be a superhero fighting kick-ass team, and we'll film 95% of it on a green screen in Robert Rodriguez's garage, and then just do all of the effects.
Write the script in post.
We'll write it in post.
Just do the whole movie like a mime school, and then just digitally make the lips move in post and add dialogue to it.
Like, you know those fucking sketches in, like, Space Ghost? Where they, like, just take a picture of a celebrity and then just, like, put on footage of someone else's mouth talking?
Exactly, just like that.
Oh shit, are the chicken wings ready? Dinner!
You know, eventually Xavier needs to eat something besides chicken wings. Eating chicken wings and nothing else is not healthy. Chicken wings. I'm slandering chicken wings because I know he still has his headphones on and he can hear me. So I know that he's going to get really super angry because his favorite food is chicken wings, and chicken wings are really not that good. And besides, having some spicy sauce on it does not make it a good food. So there you go. Actually, food would be better if you didn't eat meat. If you ate vegans and beyond fake meat and protein and plant proteins, those are all healthier than chicken wings. And no, I will not apologize for this opinion. Also, I'm not actually a vegetarian. I just like to give him shit. Ooh, save point. So anyway, how are you guys doing? Having a nice day? Having a nice week? Having a nice year? Are you're surviving? Surviving? Also, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of doing a thing.
Ricardo, do you copy? Ricardo, come in.
Ricardo Montalban. I just have to ask myself what happened in my life to bring me to this point where I'm doing what I'm doing. Oh, it's an alien! It's an alien.
Oh, hello.
Hey, do you agree with my opinions about chicken wings, Xavier?
I heard that, and I don't appreciate you son of a gun. I'll get you.
Why?
Yeah.
Why, though?
That's why.
I mean, you hate me because I'm right.
No. No!
Why not?
Because I said so.
Why did you say so?
This is what a lot of the podcast turns into, or used to turn into when we were doing that. We would just run out of, like, a conversation topic, so it would just be this awkward back and forth where you're just arguing with me about literally nothing. Anthony LaMonica
Listen,
asks,
I'm sorry. I don't have that much
Rise
to
of the
say
Ninja
about
Turtles?
fucking Spy Kids, a movie that I've never seen.
Well, you didn't have a childhood!
Yeah, I know that. Why are you...
Fucking Spy Kids was the shit, man.
Really? Are you sure? Are you so sure about
Yeah,
that?
it was sick. You don't even know.
Okay, so, like, how many aliens are on the ship right now?
More than you'd think, less than you'd hope.
Is any of them Spock?
Oh yeah, I guess he does count as an alien. Man, it's so fucking funny to me that, like, alien is just such a blanket term. Like, there's a lot of shit that just weirdly is in that category. Like, Superman is an alien. Spock is an alien.
Well, Superman is an alien
The
twice
Venom
over.
symbiote. Fucking...
Well, Superman...
the-
listen, like, Superman is an alien twice over. Because, first of all, he's an alien in the sense that he's an illegal alien, you know, a person who illegally immigrated into our country. But on the other side of it, he is an extraterrestrial. So he's an illegal immigrant terrestrial.
Ricardo.
Oh no, the guy I was talking to got face hugged. He looks like he's having a fun day.
Bro! Bro, he got hugged! Oh, that guy's dead. You don't recover from that. Either you really, really just do not recover. Once it's on there, you're dead.
How do you know?
Because I watched the movies.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I think I watched the second movie with you, right?
Aliens?
Yeah.
We watched both of them. And we did movie commentaries for them, which are on my channel still.
But, like, I'm trying to wonder... I don't remember if I watched Alien for the first time with you, but I do know that I watched Aliens for the first time with you.
Was that during our commentary, or was that before that?
I think it might have been before that.
Okay, good. Because, like, during the commentary, we were just fucking, like, talking over it, and then you started, like, kicking me and choking me a little bit halfway through.
I don't remember this.
But it's recorded. They can go find that.
Why would they want to, though?
By the way, Xavier, what do you think of Greg Rucka? I don't know much about him except that I watched the Old Guard movie, and that was fun. Did he write the second volume of Punisher Max? No, you know what? No, that was Jason Aaron. No, Greg Rucka wrote the arc of Punisher where he was wearing a ski mask for some reason that had a skull on it, and he was in Los Angeles. I like that run. It was alright. Like, wasn't my favorite Punisher. I think he also wrote some of the Flash Thompson Venom books. I'm not sure if I liked those or not, depending on which ones they were. Because I know that the Flash Thompson Venom book switched writers halfway through, and if he was the earlier writer, then I liked it, but if it was the second writer, it was like, it's fine.
Okay, so here's a question. So Greg Rucka wrote the script for The Old Guard based off of his own comic. Do you think that should happen more often?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
What would be a good example of a story that would have benefited from that sort of thing?
I think probably Garth Ennis's Preacher, the TV show. Like, it was so weirdly scared of offending anyone because it's a show about religion, or the premise is about religion, but the show didn't really want to dip its toes into that. So instead, like, they just rewrote everything to be about fucking space aliens or something. And, yeah, that could have benefited from him having a helping hand with the script.
Would it have been cooler if what about if Batman vs Superman had been written by, you know, everybody's favorite, whatever his name is?
Oh my god! The screen, like, exploded for a second.
What happened?
There was, like, a weird, flickery, glitchy thing that happened with the screen for, like, 3 seconds, and I thought the stream died.
Ricardo, do you copy?
The only thing that's dead in this stream is me.
Alright, in all fairness, Cyborg Diego. Because he says Preacher was also on AMC, so there you go. We know how they do adaptations. In all fairness, the Walking Dead TV show did not turn out the way it did because of them. It turned out the way it did because that book is garbage. And, like, adapting garbage very accurately makes it garbage. Walking Dead starts off so strong and then has no idea where to go after, like, the first 20 issues. So it's just repetitive, boring, overly dark, repetitive, forever. It's the same storylines over and over. It's fucking Rick gathers up a bunch of friendos and they form a ragtag group of survivors and they go find a new place to build a home. They hang out there and clear out the zombies and things are great. Then another group of humans will show up and be like, hey, we don't like you guys, and then fuck up everything for them. Then they gotta pack up and move somewhere else. And that happens, like, 8 or 9 times. And, like, I'm just so tired of it. And also, I wish that it was a little bit more subtle, because at one point a character just fucking breaks down crying and says, "We are the Walking Dead! Us, the humans!"
You know what? That's very subtle.
That's very subtle. Can you imagine if like during Aliens, one of the Space Marines, like Bill Paxton, was like, "You know, Ripley, this whole thing's an allegory for Vietnam." And she's like, "What? What?"
Or if in the first Alien, if
Oh God!
imagine in the first Alien, if you know, Bilbo from Lord of the Rings, he just, as he was dying, he would have said, "You know, Ripley, really, the true villain is the soulless corporation that wants me to exploit this alien, so the
weaponize it for the military.
To weaponize it for the military.
The real villain is the alien, Ripley." She's like, "Yeah, I know." What a plot twist.
The real villain is capitalism, Ripley.
Darn it, again? Is there any story ever where, like, capitalism is the good thing that helped and saved everyone?
No. Unless you're talking about, like, shit like, Ayn Rand, which was written explicitly to, for the value of selfishness, but, you know, nothing else. Nothing good.
I read Anthem in middle school, like for a class. They made me read it. And I thought that was kind of okay, but, like, having heard descriptions of, like, where the themes start getting a little murky in some of the other ones, I think my school explicitly chose to make me read the least preachy and irritating and stupid one.
Also, my
hey
favorite...
there, Marvel DC fan X99, how you doing?
Also, my favorite thing about any Ayn Rand thing is the bit at the end of Atlas Shrugged, where the main character just goes on a 3-hour rant on the radio about his political beliefs, and it's just an opportunity for the author to go on a 20-page rant about her political beliefs.
Just fucking mouthpiece it.
Yeah.
You know what? One of my favorite facts about Spider-Man is that canonically, he like read some Ayn Rand in college, and there was like a 3-week span where he was kind of like repeating back some of the stuff in those books and like acting kind of like a selfish dick. And now, like 10 years later, he looks back on it and cringes and is like, "Why was I like that?"
I love it.
That's one of my favorite Spider-Man facts, and the reason for that is because for a little while Stan Lee just kind of stopped writing the book, and like Steve Ditko kind of just took over. And Steve Ditko, he had a lot of kind of Ayn Rand-esque opinions, and he was kind of injecting a few of them into the book. And now, like, later writers have, like, fixed that by having Peter be like, "Oh yeah, it was just some dumbass phase."
Everybody has, like, a libertarian phase in, like, high school.
Yeah, they do. It's not... It's, like, believable, and you don't really hold it against the character.
As long as they're like, "My God, I was a fucking idiot back then."
Yeah, he was like, "What, man, why did I say some of that stuff?" Like, I appreciate that. Hi, Anna. Is she in the chat? Is Anna there? Is Anna doing the dab? Anna, she just said hello and then didn't dab.
I mean, if she didn't dab, is she really in the chat?
It's an imposter. It's not even the real Anna. It's a clone. Oh, by the way, you know what? I was watching the Robot Chicken DC Comics special, and Superman is introducing Superboy to the rest of the Justice League. Here is my 16-year-old clone with no strings attached. Clone, yeah, that's it. And then like Wonder Woman is like, oh really? That's what you're going with?
I love how the alien is killing all these dumb goons for me.
Just use the alien as a weapon, like the military intended. Alright, here's how the military can effectively weaponize the alien. You give it a handler that's a robot, like Ash or Bishop, because both of them were synthetic, and therefore the aliens just didn't really see them. Like, they just registered that as, that's a machine. You know, they didn't spend a whole lot of time going out of their way to kill robots. So, you give the alien a robot handler, and you just drop the robot and the alien into like a densely populated enemy position, and just have the robot sneaking around on its knees, throwing noisemakers at big crowds of enemies to make the alien upset and go run over and eviscerate all of them. And then the robot, because he's a robot, will not complain about his knees hurting for the fact that he's been crouched for 14 hours.
That's a good idea.
Anna, I know why Jill turned blonde in Resident Evil 5. It's so that it would make the plot twist of her being that Plague Doctor character with the hood a little bit less, like, easy to guess. Because, you know, oh, Jill went missing, but suddenly there's this villain who's a girl. Talks like a robot. Well, we wonder who that is. They're like, well, what if we give the villain blonde hair? And everyone immediately think, well, Jill's not blonde.
You know who else isn't blonde? You.
That's true. No, the Xenomorph Queen is not a MILF. Scott, no. You're not allowed to be horny for the Alien Queen. All
What?
Right? Someone in the chat was just asking me a question.
I'm very confused right now and a little bit concerned, frankly. I mean, I'm all for, like, people embracing their inner horniness, but, like, no.
No. That one's not allowed. We gotta draw the line somewhere, and I think that, you know what, it's just, no one's allowed to fuck the alien queen, alright? That's where I'm putting my foot down, and, like, I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but really, that's just, like, someone's gotta make a statement. Someone has to, stand up for what they believe in, and you know what, right now it's gonna be me, alright? You can
Listen,
be horny for a lot of things.
Being horny on main is fine, as long as you're horny on main about things that are fine. But, like,
things that are approved by this list I've written.
Exactly.
Yeah. If it's not on this list of okay things, then you gotta get out. You don't gotta stop being horny, you just have to not be here.
You just have to be horny about things that are okay to be horny about.
You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Listen,
You
if
know?
it ain't on the list, you know, it ain't worth the tryst.
That's pretty good. Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
That was good. Bravo, dude. Fuck, that was slick.
This is the first time I've ever been
David
funny.
A round of applause. I'm proud of my David friend.
That's a very awkward way to refer to me. I'm proud of my David friend.
Well, because I was referencing Socially Inept Spider-Man, where he starts clapping and says, "I'm proud of my gay friend."
Oh. So
I didn't want to be mean or derogatory, so I cut myself off.
So, like, instead of being gay, I'm David.
Yeah, you're not straight, you're not gay, you're not bi, you're not pan, you're David.
My sexual orientation is David.
The Church of Davidism.
No! Bad! Bad Xenomorph. I'm gonna have to punish him.
He peeked under that desk and saw you. Oh, God!
I'm gonna have to punish him for this. No more...
The way he popped up from behind scared the fuck out of me, because I just saw that in the stream. Like, that... He got over there really fast.
Blunder Woman. Okay, so can I be disgusting for a second?
Oh, God, are you gonna talk about Star Trek again?
No, I was just gonna say... even though we may never see this movie because it probably won't come out because reasons, but allow me to be disgusting by saying that the guy who edited the trailer for Wonder Woman 1984 did a good job.
Ew. David, we're YouTubers. We're not supposed to praise things. It's not in the job description. How dare you, sir? What are you even doing right now? Are you still fighting the alien? Have you died again? Oh.
You know, these streams are so much less fun when William isn't here. Because that means I have to make conversation with you, and we know how that goes.
Yeah. I know, I'm terrible, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm trying my best, okay? Not everyone can be a funny Australian guy, alright?
Well, you'd better be trying. Get back into the corner and study your Australian lessons again.
I'm trying to learn my accent, but it's hard.
Oh, Rocky, mate.
Yeah!
Oh no!
Where you going?
Holy shit,
so...
that timing was amazing!
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not watching the stream.
We were just talking about how boring it is without you. David was like yelling at me to practice my Australian accent, and I started crying.
Man, that really warms my heart. Thanks, guys.
That really
That's the best compliment I've ever gotten ever.
That really warms the cockles of
That's
your
really
heart.
sad.
This stream is boring without you. Man, I've never had this compliment in my life ever. And I'm like, holy shit.
I guess you could say it warms the cockles of your heart.
The cockles of his something.
Can we not talk about any words with the word compliment? At least for today.
I make no
Alright,
promises.
well, I guess I'll just pour out this cocktail I was drinking.
Alright, I'm leaving. Stream's boring again. Bye.
Oh no!
Damn it.
I'm back.
Bro, we just got canceled.
Damn, the chat's going off. The Australia man? Right, it's me. Australia doesn't exist, I agree.
It's he says it's Mr. Sunday Movies.
That's
So
right.
I have a question.
Oh,
I don't know
don't
how it
talk
sounds
about
like I was
Halo
gonna be.
looking bad. It's a demo, man. It'll look better later, man.
Hey,
I don't think that's exactly how it works. If the models all look shitty and cartoony now, there's no way they're going to change it. What? Like, when's the game releasing?
Actually, I haven't even seen the demo. I just saw the picture of the brute that looks like Shrek, and then my friend
I
gave me
saw
like
a couple of screenshots.
a light description of what happens in it, but I haven't watched it because I want to just kind of go in blind and like enjoy it.
Yeah.
But so far from what I've heard, he has the grappling hook from Doom for no reason. I think they added sprint again, even though the sprint mechanic has made Halo's gameplay infinitely less fun since they introduced it.
Really? I mean, I'm playing Combat Evolved recently, and I'm kind of wishing they had that.
Okay. your walk speed in like Halo 2 and 3 is like really weirdly high because the emphasis in those games is really run and gun, right? You're like always strafing while you're shooting. Or like if you're bearing down on someone, you're shooting at them. Like you don't stop and take cover in a Halo game very often, right?
No,
like that's very. You're supposed to take a lot of damage and feel like a tank, and like the other character takes a lot of damage. It's not like Call of Duty where whoever shoots first gets the kill. It's like there's a dance you do, right? Adding the sprint mechanic created a problem with that because you can't shoot while you're sprinting. So now it's like they also in Reach they slowed down your default walk speed like slower
that fucking
than
sucks.
3. They slowed it so they would give you incentive to use the sprint mechanic, and they did that with 4 and 5. And the problem now is that when you sprint, you can't aim, so suddenly it like kind of leaves you like
stupid.
It leaves you open to taking so many hits, and like it just takes out the whole run and gun element of it. So it's more like everyone's kind of walking and gunning, and then we'll stop and then sprint really fast. You can only sprint forward too. You can only sprint like you can't sprint backwards or strafe or anything while you're sprinting. You can only just zoom forward real fast. So it's just like kind of interrupted the flow of the gameplay really bad, and I wish they would just stop doing it.
That's stupid. You know what? Here's how to fix that issue. Let people aim while they're sprinting, and let them sprint in multiple directions. It's not that fucking deep.
Yeah, like
you know what we need in these games? We need a sprint mechanic. However, we're gonna do it in a way that ruins the flow of the gameplay that everyone's
We're gonna do it in a way that's completely counterintuitive to the rest of the gameplay design.
Yeah,
like it contradicts everything else that we've built.
That's so fucking dumb.
It's weird. I mean, it's not like it's impossible. I think you can shoot and sprint in like fucking Crisis or something. Like it's a thing that you can do.
Well, I mean, it's their job to figure out a way to make it work. Like you could do some sort of I was gonna say bullet time mechanic, but that doesn't seem as cool. But like, you can do it; it can work.
Yeah,
you just have to try it like walking speed, and you have to make the sprint something that you could toggle.
Yeah,
I guess. Like, I feel like
one
it'd
of
be
the
better
bumpers, and suddenly your walk speed goes up, and you just walk like normal, but it's faster.
Because
like, it's not that hard.
It's not. It absolutely isn't. And so the fact that they haven't done that ages ago is kind of surprising to me. Because I figured like that's one of the things they would have done.
You could just add like a little, like a, you know, for immersion's sake, just like a little bit more of a jitter on the helmet, like some HUD bobbing, and then like a little like breathing sound effect on. So it gives you the impression that they're moving fast, but you don't need a fucking dumbass animation of the character pointing his gun at the ground and then swinging it side to side as he like runs forward. Like, leave his hands free.
This is like if Half-Life had that, where it's like you can only shoot while you're standing still or walking, but never while you're running. And if you're running...
Oh yeah, you can sprint and shoot in Half-Life, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and you move really fucking fast in that game. Especially the first one, dude. The first one doesn't have any sprints, it's just walking.
Oh yeah.
The default walk is the sprint. You have to press and hold shift in order to go into walking mode. So it's automatically just you running and shooting. And it's fucking worked. Everybody loves it so much they made a second game.
Maniac, and you have to press a button to slow down.
Yeah,
it's like the opposite of every other game.
Yeah, and everybody loved it so much they made a fucking sequel. Except this time you gotta have to press a button.
Oh.
But you know, same thing applies. You can still sprint and shoot in a very intuitive way. So it really baffles me that they haven't thought of a way to. What was that?
You've only played like Combat Evolved out of all the Halo games?
Yeah.
Man,
I haven't really had time to track down the other ones. Halo Combat Evolved was the only one that I've had.
Well, aren't all of them like all on PC now? Because all of them are on Steam, I think.
I think so, actually, yeah. I don't know, the thing is, I like to get my retro games, you know, physically.
Yeah, yeah, no, I
just
kind
of feels better.
That.
But I mean, last resort, yeah, I'll probably have to get it digitally.
don't know. A lot of the time, I'm just cool with getting a copy of the game any way I can. Like, usually on like a console similar to the one that they came out on. I don't like, like playing a PC version of like an old Resident Evil game, but like I bought the whole Resident Evil Classic trilogy on my PS3, and like playing it on that is essentially like an identical experience to if I just had it on PS1. Like it's the same controller,
Yeah.
So, or like I try to find a lot of console ports, because you know what? The way I played Half-Life 1 for the first time was on the PS2 port of it, because I just like was not used to mouse and keyboard, and original Half-Life 1 isn't really compatible with very many controllers.
Yeah.
So, and like the Steam controller wasn't out by that point because it's so long ago. So I had to play it on the PS2 port, which is kind of rough around the edges.
Oh look, I'm playing on a Steam controller in this game right now because I'm part of the superior race.
Yeah, you know what? How does it feel actually? Like, does it control well? Does it work well? Like, how does it feel when you play with it? Because you never asked me that.
Dinner's done, boys. Keep talking while I go do that.
Give me 1 second. You're just a little too loud. I'm gonna adjust your audio. Give me 1 second.
What?
Ooh woo.
Me?
Yes.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, it better not be too low.
Blah, blah, blah. How's the audio, folks in the chat? Let us know.
Is my audio better? Is it good?
It's good. It was just it was a little bit loud relative to Xavier.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. But yeah, how does the controller feel in your hands? Like, how does it feel just playing with it and all?
Okay,
because I know that you've told me you had it. I've never really asked you how it is.
The one thing that you kind of have to get used to is the touchpad instead of like the right joystick, and like
instead of a thumbstick, it's a
thumbstick. It's a touchpad, and that, I mean, it works well for most of the time, but you kind of have to just like keep swiping on it after a while, and that gets a little bit tiresome after a while. So as long as like the sensitivity is okay enough that you don't have to just go swipe, 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 then it's okay. But pardon me, you have to make sure that bounce.
Right. You know, when they first released, screenshots of it, when I first found out it was a touchpad, I figured it'd be a lot more intuitive than just, a joystick. Only because of the fact that instead of putting your thumb on this big fucking circular thing that half the time doesn't even fit your thumb comfortably, you could just swipe up almost as though you're moving a thumbstick, and just have the character or have the game function as it would with any other controller.
Well, I think the other problem is that they just kind of replaced a thumbstick with a touchpad without really. And a lot of games don't really take advantage of that, so it's just it's just a thumbstick instead of a touchpad without any sort of thought put in to make it work any better.
So you reckon it would have been better if they had some sort of use for them?
Yeah, if they had some like game that said like, oh, you can do this with the touchpad that you couldn't do with the other thing.
Right.
And there's
so
no
the added benefit actually has some weight.
There's no use case for it right now. So.
You know what? That's kind of fair, actually.
How dare I have a...
How dare you? Because, like, if you're going to have something as fancy as a touchpad instead of a thumbstick, may as well, either, like, get companies, like, commission them to add a feature or something, or, like, make your own games with that feature to accommodate for it.
To sort of do what Valve did with Half-Life Alyx, to sort of, like, say, hey guys, here's what you do with VR. We designed your own VR headset and we made our own game to be like, hey, here's what you do with it.
Dude, the Valve Index is so fucking cool. I'm so jealous that, like, you Americans get to, like, actually purchase it, but we don't, because it's not available in Australia. It hasn't been.
I wouldn't have it anyways, because it costs an arm and a leg.
Oh, it does. It does, don't get me wrong. But, like, you guys can still have it. Like,
if we're rich. If we're rich.
True. And my god, Half-Life Alyx. Fuck. Okay, yesterday, I played Half-Life 2 Episode 2 just for the sake of it, see if it actually holds up. Because when I first played it, I was like, in the really fucking hype zone. I'm just like, everything that happens is fucking cool, and I'm not gonna criticize anything. So yesterday I went to play it again just to see if that still feeling resonates as I'm playing through it. Which, spoiler alert, it does. But when I got to the ending,
nerd,
having played Half-Life Alyx, or at least having seen the ending of Half-Life Alyx, which I won't spoil. It's so fucking hard.
You're a
And I've
nerd.
spoken about this before, but the reason why Valve decided to stop working on Episode 3 is because the team was very indecisive on
Oh
whether or
no, it's William talking about
not they want to make the third game on
the one
Source
topic
engine,
that he always talks about.
didn't work at the time. Not properly anyway. And so
I hope
the argument
Xavier's
was, do we
listening
make it
to
on
this.
correction, or do we spend the time to fix Source 2, make the game on it, and release it? But they didn't do that. They just fucking stopped working on the game entirely. And
I love how Xavier has his headphones on, so he's just listening to everything.
That's right. That's why I brought this up again.
So everything you do to annoy Xavier.
Correction. I do to annoy both you and Xavier.
I mean,
See, I think
fair.
of both of you guys. No comment? Okay.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. I just have to be, I'm just sitting here going, I don't want to be rude and tell him to not say the thing, so I'm gonna let Xavier be rude.
Just let Xavier take the blame for it. Look, man, I'm fucking passionate about Half-Life, okay?
I mean, that's what I usually do. I usually let Xavier take the blame for everything,
You know what? That's true. That's fair.
That's the only reason I'm friends with him.
I would let my best friend also take the blame for...
I'm glad you
my
understand.
sins.
I'm glad you understand.
Yeah, no, of course. See, that's why we're friends who think alike.
What?
What? Friends? Who the fuck are you again?
Yeah, who are these things called
What the
friends?
fuck are you doing on my stream? What are you doing on this call? Who the fuck invited you?
Who invited you?
You guys did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a whole, Discord server for us to just, for this sort of thing. Just for us to chill and everything. So clearly you invited me.
No.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I didn't invite you. You invited me to my stream.
Well, I'm the fucking host then, aren't I?
No, you're not.
Scrubs, have you seen Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss? I haven't. No idea what they are. Are they video games or movies? I'm assuming they're movies based on the word seen and not played.
What's the thing you're talking about?
Socially Enough Spider-Man asks if I've seen Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss.
I have no idea what those things are.
Yeah, neither.
I know you're passionate about Half-Life, but can you start being passionate about shutting the fuck?
You know what else you need to be passionate about?
What?
Star Trek, obviously.
Man, I've
Also,
seen like
Has Been
episodes.
Hotel and Hell
Not
of
even
Boss
2
are
episodes.
2 animated pilot episodes made by YouTube people as like a pitch to be like a TV show on like a TV network, and they're on
okay.
YouTube. I haven't seen either of them, but I've heard both good and bad.
Huh. So were the pitches accepted?
Oh, apparently they got the voice actor for Invader Zim in one of them. I did not know that.
You know who else voice acted in Invader Zim? Invader Zim.
You're fucking kidding me.
Destroy us all! So, how you
Destroy
doing?
what all?
Alien.
What?
Oh my god, there was an alien in that box.
Dude, that guy came out like, what, 30 minutes ago. Where the fuck have you been? Getting some food or some shit?
Eating?
Don't make me mean.
I don't believe in other people eating food.
What the fuck is food anyway? It's just a waste of space made by fucking capitalists.
Exactly.
People.
If we, I mean, nobody under communism ever needs to eat.
Yeah. No, food is it's just a waste of resources that could go into something.
Food is
else.
the opium of the masses.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. So if
That's
you're eating
scary.
food,
You're a capitalist pig if you eat food.
God damn, man. Take it easy.
Fucking roasting these people again, man. Or at least Xavier.
Well, that's why I'm friends with him, because he's fun to roast.
That's a really fucked up, horrible reason to be friends with someone.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the fucking chat. Why the fuck do we have TMNT comics and or pictures? Again.
I was talking to David about Ninja Turtles stuff, about how there's a 5th Ninja Turtle that's a girl, and she became a Ninja Turtle because they gave her a blood transfusion after she was, like, shot or something, and then Leonardo's irradiated turtle blood mutated her into the 5th Ninja Turtle.
Isn't that the plot of She-Hulk?
Yes.
Well, I also brought it up because I was saying that Xavier, Xavier has reviewed, 2 of the 3 Ninja Turtles, or 2 of the 4 Ninja Turtles cartoons, and I was saying he needs
working on a 3rd one.
He needs to review the 1990s live-action TV series with Venus de Milo as the 5th Ninja Turtle.
No! And I was talking about the weird, crazy backstory about how Venus de Milo, the hot female 5th Ninja Turtle, was kind of the catalyst for Eastman and Laird not being friends for 20 years.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but...
Ninja Turtles. Shit.
Eastman and Laird are the guys who created Ninja Turtles, created the comic book, and Venus de Milo, the dumb, stupid 5th Ninja Turtle who has turtle tits and a pink bandana, and she's a girl. She was like, because Eastman and Laird, their whole contract thing for Ninja Turtles for licensing was that nothing gets approved without them signing off on it. Mm-hmm. They had like full creative control of everything that anyone did with Ninja Turtles for like that did it like 2012 when he sold the rights to Viacom. Peter Laird did. But their whole thing was that like very early on they said, okay, we're gonna set some ground rules for stuff that's gonna be like not okay, and adding more turtles they felt was like dumb. Because they're like, yeah, this is a product that can be very action figure-y, but like just randomly adding more variant colored turtles would kind of like dilute it and ruin the interest. What makes the original 4 so interesting. They didn't want it to be like a Transformers kind of thing, where it's just like more and more added every year.
It'd be like it'd be like saying, let's add another Avenger just to let's add, Let's add extra Avengers just for fun, like the B team. Like,
yeah, it would just like kind of take away from what's special to just randomly create more characters to add to it. So they're like, no 5th Ninja Turtle, and then that TV show was like, let's add Venus de Milo, the hot female turtle with big titties in a purple band or a pink bandana, and like by that point they had there's something different about both the creators, that Eastman and Laird, even though they're like best friends, there's like a 10-year age difference between them. So Peter Laird, the older one, he was like really settled down and with his like family, his like wife and kids, and like was really just kind of like set in his life and was like, yeah, okay, I'm just like happy with what I'm doing. But Kevin Eastman was the one who was a little bit younger, like, oh, I want to live my insane amounts of money to, go do other things. I want to be done with Ninja Turtles. So, like, their mindset kind of diverged over the years of all the success, to the point when they were both pitched the idea of that TV show adding a 5th turtle.
Yep.
Laird was like, fuck no, that's against the rules. That we said that ages ago. And then Kevin Eastman was like, fucking, I don't care. Whatever, you can add her. And that made them realize how differently they, they became over the last, 15 years up to that point. And how, they just started to, kind of drift away as friends. And, their goals in life stopped aligning and they started diverging, Yeah. So that made them kind of realize that, they weren't in it together anymore because they couldn't agree on that. The younger one was like, fuck it, just let him do whatever we want. We're just going to make money anyway. Right? And the other one was like, well, no, I want us to have, a little bit more say in it. I want us to still care. And
so what about the money? The other one is about the passion of the project.
No,
it wasn't really necessarily about the money. He was just it doesn't really matter what we do with it at this point because it's already been so successful that just whatever. He wanted to move on from Ninja Turtle.
Right.
He wanted to do something else. So he actually sold Peter Laird, the older one. He sold him all of his remaining rights of Ninja Turtles. So for 10 or so years, Laird was the sole owner of it. And Kevin was like, okay, I'm going to go start my own comics companies and, do my own original stories and, try and break off from Ninja Turtles. And he did that, and it kind of failed and collapsed. And didn't go well. Meanwhile, Peter Laird was over here. He's like, you know what? I think I'm old enough now that, I can feel comfortable with finally selling the rights to Ninja Turtles to someone. So Viacom, the company that owns Nickelodeon, they're like, can we have Ninja Turtles? And he's like, all right, sure. So, I think he sold it to them for $18 million.
Wow.
He undersold. I'm saying he that's a bargain for Viacom. Just gotta say, given how much money they've made off of those movies.
Oh,
actually,
right.
You know what? Let me check the numbers on it because I remember there's a documentary on it that said the exact number, and it was funny because the way they edited it, they had Laird was like, it was this amount of money, and then it just cuts to Kevin Eastman. He's like, well, I sold my rights, so I didn't get any of that, so that sucks. Let's see. How much did he sell it for? Oh, no, actually, it wasn't 18 million, it was 60 million. Sorry.
I mean, that's a bit fairer.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so Laird made $60 million all by himself. And he still actually, he put a clause in his contract that if at any point he wanted to, he would retain the rights to self-publish the Turtles comic again. So there's an official comic from IDW. It's the corporate sponsored comic, right? But if he ever wanted to shut that down and be like, okay, actually I want to write it again and I want to self-publish it from my house like I used to in the 80s, he still has the right to. He hasn't done that because he actually likes the way the comic is going.
But if you wanted to, he could.
Yeah.
No, what? I like that. I like that idea.
Eventually, Eastman and Laird became friends again. The documentary I was talking about, it actually shows them meeting up again for the first time in I don't know, at least 10 years. And
right.
It was really emotional because both of them started kind of crying a little bit and because by that point, Eastman had gotten older and he's in his 40s or 50s now, and kind of understanding a little bit more of Laird's mindset decades ago because the age difference between them gave them very different goals. So now that he's tried to break off from Ninja Turtles, do his own thing, and didn't really work out, he realized that he does kind of miss just making comics with his buddy again. So they actually they got back together and are buddies again. And in the time since, because of that, Eastman has started actually writing a few issues of comic here and there. And also, I think he helped launch the newest comic. He wrote the intro arc and drew it. Then after that, a new writer took over.
How dare he?
Oh, well, what's the age difference between them?
They met when one of them was like 21 and the other was like 32, I think.
Okay, it's like
and that's like long enough to that's kind of a big deal.
So it's like it's almost the age difference between a 21-year-old YouTuber and his significant other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that age difference comes into factor with our whole thing too, because Anna's 20s are done. She doesn't really want to date around anymore. Like, she's ready to settle down and wants like a long-term commitment thing, and like that's really the only thing I've ever been into. I've never really wanted to like date around and just try out different people, like their shoes. Like I wanted to find something that works and just stick with that for as long as I can.
Yeah.
So I think
there's nothing more erotic than long-term commitment. Am I right?
So her being like 10 years older than me actually kind of helps, because like we're both in a very similar mindset with that. Because like I've had like an absolutely miserable time dating girls.
Well, also you've told us previously that you are a miserable old man inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
and that's why why it's funny to bully you.
Oh, I'm so sad every day.
Jesus.
Alright, I'm gonna stop talking about Ninja Turtles and eat a little bit, so you guys feel free to take the conversation from here.
Man, the reason why I've been so dry right now, you wanna know why? Like, in this whole conversation thing?
Tell us.
Ecstatic as previous live streams, you know why?
Tell us.
You know when I joined?
Tell us.
I literally woke up 5 minutes before.
What time is it where you are?
I was like, you know what? I've got nothing to do on a Saturday. Fuck breakfast.
Tell us what time it is for you.
Just wanna hang out with my friends who I know they're on call right now, live streaming. So like, I might as well pop in.
Tell us what time it is right now for you.
It's like 12:54 p.m.
You
What time did I joined?
Okay, boomer.
Oh, David got aliened.
I called you the B word. That's right. I went there.
Brian.
So, perhaps for a moment here. So I was thinking perhaps for a moment I could talk a little bit about my childhood, because like a lot of the things that's like very typical for people our age to really like enjoy, you know, like media wise, I just never really was exposed to. Because basically both of my parents were huge fucking nerds who hated Disney movies, and they like... So I never watched that. They didn't bring me to see any Spy Kids movies. The only thing... But what they did have was a bunch of just Star Trek DVDs on my...
Oh, yeah.
And like, they had a... Because in the 90s, they would like recorded Star Trek VHSs. Like... You know, like, record the broadcasts on TV. So I'd watch a bunch of those, too. And then one day, the day that changed my life, we went to, like, So we went to the library. And our library has, like, a little, Our library has a little, like a little shop where you buy stuff. And in that little shop, they had the VHSs of the first 6 Star Trek movies. And basically because of that, I was just exposed to the Star Trek at a very young age. Meanwhile, I was not exposed to any of the normal stuff because, I mean, like, you know, Xavier, you know, he likes all this nerdy stuff because his parents were those kind of nerds. And my parents were the kind of nerds who would watch Star Trek.
Okay.
And so, like, I was always around sci-fi as a kid, that sort of stuff. But I was never around typical kids stuff. Very few of it. Because in addition to that, I was also homeschooled for a few years. So, I never was really around like normal kids that liked normal kid things. I wasn't really around a lot of like normal kids until high school age.
You were sort of in your own bubble.
Middle school, high school age, around there. So I was more like I had my own ideas formed by then. So yeah, I've always been. My things are so much cooler and like smarter than your things, because like. And to be fair, I had like a huge egotism complex about all this stuff. I remember like one time I was like reading like a Star Trek novel one day when my brother, because my mom brought me to like my brother's oh no, the alien. My mom brought me to my I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
His brother's quinceanera, that's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Hey, what up, Iron Ninja? How's it going, bud?
Hello, Zark. Zarch?
Zark.
No, his name is Zarch. I got it wrong. It's Zarch.
Zarch, that's right. Yeah, Zarch.
How's Zarch doing?
How you doing, Zarch?
But anyway, I brought a like little Star Trek novel to my brother's like Cub Scout meeting, and I was just sitting in the back reading while everybody else was doing that things, and like I was way too amused by the fact that everybody thought it was weird that I was reading a Star Trek book. In like, because I was like probably less than 10 years old at that point, and I was reading like a Star Trek novel written for nerds in their 40s. And like everybody thought that was weird, so I just sort of I got a lot of pleasure out of that. So that basically explains those sort of Freudian things, or why I am the way I am, is because I derive pleasure.
Like, I was ashamed of the shit that I like. Like, okay, my story is somewhat similar in that I was homeschooled for a very long time because, you know, we live in Colorado and we were the site of Columbine, the first and one of the most devastating school shootings ever, and my parents got all like panicked about it and were like, don't put them in school. And then I had this really horrible experience in preschool where they put me in a bilingual class because my last name was Mendoza, and I was getting in trouble daily because I wasn't understanding instructions that the teacher was yelling in Spanish. My school's like, why the fuck would you put him in that class? Like, no wonder he doesn't pay attention. Our son doesn't have, like, a disability or whatever, because that's what they thought. That they thought I was just busted, because I was just, like, not responding. So, like, they pulled me out of school because, you know, my parents were like, well, that's just fucking stupid. They just, like, kind of, like, profiled him based on his last name. And, so I was homeschooled for, like, 10 years after that, and, like, even my parents weren't really home a lot because they were always working, so I was with, like, my elderly babysitter, Aunt Sippy, rest her soul. And, so, like, my entire childhood was a combination of, like, superhero cartoons and, like, comedy cartoons on TV. Like, if there was, like, a TV show aimed at kids that aired between, like, 2000 and 2008, I probably watched every episode of it at some point or another. I may have forgotten a lot of it, but, like, I had literally nothing to do all day but watch cartoons. And then every once in a while, my dad would show me his old VHS tapes of, like, just random movies that, you know, shit like Terminator 2 and Aliens and, like, Escape from New York, like, stuff that, like, a fucking 6-year-old shouldn't be watching.
Yeah.
This explains so much of why you are the way you are, by the way.
Yeah, so my childhood was a mix of, superhero cartoons and violent, bloody, R-rated gore fest. And that was, like, what I was just cool with as a kid.
Because he has a weird tolerance for gore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly fucking high tolerance for that. Jesus Christ. I'm the complete opposite of that. I have little to no tolerance for gore. I'm starting to change that a little bit. I was watching this fucking anime with one of my friends called Castlevania, and that has a lot of gore in it. And I feel like just watching that, like seeing all the gore in animated form, which by the way isn't as bad as like, you know, realistic looking VFX practical stuff or CGI stuff that are made to look really fucking real.
Oh no! The alien's right in front of the little crate I'm hiding in.
What's that?
I'm hiding in a crate.
But yeah, I've never been a gore person. No, I'm hearing you guys talk about your childhood, and like I kind of want to jump in, but it's very hard for me to because I've never really given my childhood much thought. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but like the years leading up to last year have been really, really fucking tough for me, and like I really didn't have the time or energy to just reminisce on my childhood. Like the most that I would do is I would say I wish I was, you know, back in those days, but like I would never really, you know, take some time and reminisce on those days, if that makes sense.
Well, now's your chance.
Well, I haven't given them like any thought at all, so like I can remember
right now.
I can remember fragments of my childhood, but nothing, you know, too concrete to like tell a whole story about. Where it's just like, so I remember this happened, and then this led to that, and then, you know, as a result, all of these other things happened. Like,
Well, what are you waiting for? Just start rambling.
Man, I don't want to fucking ramble. I want to make sure my thoughts are nice and consistent. You know.
You don't want to fucking ramble, mate.
I don't want to fucking ramble, mate.
Fucking ramble.
Force me to. C-word.
I love how you said C-word. There. It's funnier if you censor yourself.
Man, because if I don't censor myself, you guys would censor me.
You daft C-word.
You daft punk.
Yeah?
yeah, that's the name of the band.
Man.
We should go, like, when a convention finally opens in, like, 2038, we should go as Daft Punk.
That would be cool. I mean, also,
I'm like a third person of it and call them Daft Punk.
Also, I'm also growing my hair out for a very specific and dumb reason. Do you want to know what it is?
What is it?
Piss off your parents?
No. There is a politician in Spain called Pablo Iglesias, and he's the left-wing politician. He's like the Bernie Sanders of Spain, and he has long hair. And he kind of looks like me, but like without the glasses. So I want to dress up as him for Halloween or something.
It's such a boring, terrible idea.
And that's why I love it.
Speaking of long hair, ever since the start of the year. By the way, the start of the year, like the very first day of the year, like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. No, sorry, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is the last day of the old year,
right? Like I won. I got a #1 cut, I shaved it off, clean shaven. And I'm like, you know what, this is gonna like symbolize a fresh start, because like I said, leading up to last year, I've had a really rough, you know, sort of lifestyle, and so this year I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start fresh. Everything that I wanted to do, I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna change myself up, because if I'm gonna change how I live, if I wanna be happy, you know, if I wanna change how I feel about everything, I'm gonna change myself, right?
So I'm gonna watch all the anime I wanna watch. I'm gonna...
This haircut represent a fresh start. And ever since then, I haven't cut my hair at all. And quarantine happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't cut my hair. And it's grown so long to the point where I have a fucking mullet, and I look like a full Australian.
Nice.
If an Australian wasn't long.
Hell yeah.
Listen, you do you, man. You know, watch all the anime you want to watch, buy all the body pillows you want to wear, you want to sleep with, you know, go to all the brony and furry conventions you ever wanted to go to. Nothing's stopping you, man. Like, you live your best life.
That was surprisingly supportive of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
David, can you make me a stream moderator so I can put everyone in timeout for the dumb shit that's going on?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I just need to pause.
No.
You guys are fucked now. Just wait, just like a few seconds. I'm gonna totally kick all your asses.
Yeah, okay, so you guys know how I've been hitting the gym a lot lately? Well, all that's been paying off yesterday.
I love that guy. Why would you hit him?
Yeah, why are you
Yesterday,
punching the
I'm
gym?
looking in the mirror, right? Like, shut up and everything. I'm just like flexing my muscles, and I see, oh, the fucking definition. I'm toned. And I'm so excited about that.
How dare you?
I dare.
Oh, no.
Am I a mod yet?
No. You will be soon.
It said rats, or I'm happy for you. Just, am I a mod yet? Man, can you guys tell I'm still a bit
Is it
tired?
summer yet? Alright, check my DMs.
How long has this been going for? Like, an hour and 20 minutes?
An hour and 20 minutes of pure agony.
Hey, Zach, that's great news. I'm glad that's kind of working out.
Did he finally get a date?
I'll leave that up to you, dear viewer. And he also sent me more of bootleg Russian things. Like a terribly, disgustingly rendered Shrek Batman.
Can we see that?
Yeah,
I need to see
here
that.
you go.
I need to see that. I need to see Shrek Batman.
Shrek? Oh no. I'm so scared right now.
Like,
David,
features
hit
of
attention
Shrek. You know what the fuck it is.
You just click the 3 dots next to my name in the chat. It's not that hard.
Also, I'm making Iron Ninja a mod because I like him.
Damn it. Now I can't be the one with all the power.
You two share
Hey,
the power.
I guessed it. Hell yeah.
You two
Zach confirmed my my theory.
Okay.
Congrats, bud. Happy for you, dude.
And Scrubs is a moderator too now.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. Hell yeah.
Oh, I was just about to put Scrubs in timeout before you did that. I was so close.
So I'm
Like,
sorry,
you
but
clicked your thing like a second before I did.
yes. I mean, that's just the stream delay, right?
See, this is how you know we're good friends. He can predict what the fuck it is I'm about to say.
Exactly. This is why we are
He's gonna
friends.
write old right now. I'm gonna fucking mute him. Nope, he already sent it. I was right. Should have done it earlier.
Anyway, back to aliens.
Oh.
I remember when I was when Xavier and I were watching Brain Dead or Dead Alive by Peter Jackson, and like there is some pretty heavy gore in that movie. Especially remember that there was I mean, a lot of it is played for laughs. A lot of that movie is played for laughs. So it's not like the gore isn't genuinely terrifying because there's like, oh, I kick ass for the Lord and like shit like that. Stand back, boy. This calls for divine intervention, and that shit is fucking hilarious. So like, it's like a kung fu priest who says that while fighting zombies in a graveyard at midnight. That shit is hilarious. But like, there's also some gore that genuinely gets to you. Like, there's the afternoon brunch with his grandmother who's a zombie, and like one of her like friends, and like there's some shit in there where I was just going, ugh, and then Xavier was sitting next to me going.
I've been like, I completely what were you talking about? Like, out. I've put everyone in timeout.
Why?
I put everyone in the chat in timeout.
Should I remove your moderating privileges, Xavier?
No, I think I'm done. I just wanted to abuse my power for like just a second.
No, I think I want to keep abusing my power a little bit more. Don't do that just yet.
Well, I wasn't talking about removing you. I was talking about removing Xavier.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, I'm speaking on Xavier's behalf as like a bit. Hence the voice change, hence the accent change, hence the.
So what was
hence my
I
delivery.
laughing hysterically at when it probably wasn't appropriate?
You were laughing hysterically at the gore in Dead Alive. You know the scene where with his mom who's like falling apart and she's a zombie, and then and then her son is trying to hide that, from his like his mom's like little old lady
you
friend.
Remember that scene where the woman is screaming, and then the zombie stands up behind her and then punches his fist straight through the back of her head and then out of her mouth, and
what the fuck?
And like his hand is all covered in blood, and then he reaches out and starts grabbing at someone else with a person's body just like stuck on his arm. Now, do you remember that scene happened?
You remember the scene where the
Josh and David's jaws just dropped to the floor, and I was just giggling.
You remember the scene where the spinal cord, where the spinal cord ripped itself out of that guy, out of the dead zombie's body, and then like it became self-conscious and then it started chasing after the main characters, and it like had this moment where
it was a bunch of intestines.
It was a bunch of intestines and like the spinal cord as well, I think. But like it was like his internal organs, and then this great moment where this guy's internal organs like looks into the mirror and becomes self-aware, and it's like, what am I? What have I become? It's just like these guys like internal organs anthropomorphized to have like a face, and it was just like the funniest shit to have like eyebrows. That movie's wild, man. And like,
damn it! Now Zach's trying to do the dumb shit where he puts everyone in time. It's not. That's. You know what that was? That was the YouTube stream equivalent of someone says a funny joke and then you just sit there and you laugh and then you repeat back the words of the punchline back to them so that everyone can get an extra laugh. It's like, no, you just said what was already said. You just stole the joke, you jackass. I'm sorry, I'm upset.
Shut. Listen, Iron Ninja, I will remove you from being a mod if you want me to.
This fucking goes off at him. He hasn't been mod for like 3 seconds.
Remember, being a mod is a privilege, and I could easily make the socially inept Spider-Man mod instead. He's a communist, so I believe he won't do that.
It's a privilege, young man. It's a gift. And you use it for the good of mankind.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, now the entire stream chat has been put in timeout. I hope they didn't all click off the stream. I hope they stay.
I fucking feel like they all clicked off because I'm like, I don't want to put up with this abuse anymore. I don't have to put up with this abuse. Fuck these guys. I'm gonna go watch another guy stream who respects me.
No, we respect them. We also
just fucking hate the shit out of them.
I'm so sorry for everything.
I respect you. I just want to kick you in the face.
Like, I respect you, dude. I just like really want to brutally beat you the fuck up.
Do you?
I respect you.
Do you respect women?
Forward, Lenny. You know, I think he was the first one that I put in a timeout. So
he was, and you know what's funny? I saw a comment of him being like, "Oh, hello, Australian man," and I was gonna reply to that, but David's in the middle of the story. But as soon as he finished, as I was gonna reply to that, you fucking muted him and you deleted his message.
Listen. I told you that one day we would all be canceled, and this is why.
You were canceled for Xavier's sins.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand the truth.
And I find it so, like, amazing that my YouTube channel has only 2 videos on it, and those 2 videos are the animations that I did for Xavier's channel, like the and I have like 135 subscribers or 125 subscribers, something.
Why are you laughing, Xavier? I'm very scared. Don't laugh.
I was just looking at Twitter. Marvel DC fan posted a picture of me and Zach arguing after muting everyone.
Oh, okay.
Like a drawing?
I was just like, cause like last time. I'm sorry to interrupt, William, but the last time Xavier was laughing, he was up to some shenanigans, and I was just here like, I need to make sure he's not doing that again. Cause like, I have a reputation to uphold. This is my stream, damn it. It's not yours. It's not yours.
Why are the aliens' teeth so fucking shiny?
Verlaine, can you hear me?
They're always like some kind of like.
For radio contact. I'm here.
No, like even in the movies they look like that. They're like,
oh really?
They're never like just solid white. They're always like this weird kind of like silvery color.
Yeah. You know what? Spider-Man PS4 has that exact same issue with MJ specifically. Because if you look at all her scenes where her teeth are visible, they're that like pearlescent silver color. They're too shiny, and I hate it. It always pisses me off.
With the alien, it's intentional to make it look scarier and weirder and more inhuman.
I think it's just off-putting. It doesn't make it any scarier.
Well,
I think if you want something to be scary, make it look
off-putting is scary.
Off-putting?
Like off-putting as in, hold on a second, is that supposed to be looking the way it does? Kind of off-putting, not like, oh, ew, why are they like that? That's disgusting.
Well,
if
I think one of the reasons for that is that the alien is specifically designed to look bio-organic. Like, that's why its body is covered in tubes and, like, bones. It's supposed to look almost like machinery. Like, its body is all organic, but it looks vaguely like the tubes and wires inside of the spaceship, and that's why it's able to also hide in that environment really well. There's like a whole plot point in one of the movies about how it's like they'll just go take a fucking nap in like the compartments where like all the tubes and or like the maintenance access hatches and stuff like that, and they'll just blend in really well because their bodies just look like hoses and tubes and shit at like first glance. And then they'll just start moving and wriggling around, and then you'll be like, "Oh fuck, oh there it is."
They bodies as hoes. Damn, they belong to the streets. No, okay.
Euphoric Lenny just said he's unsubscribing from all of us, and he said I'm next. You know what? You go fucking right ahead. You'll be back anyway. You know you need me. I made you!
He's gonna subscribe right now, and I respect you for that. Thank you, buddy.
Listen, the only one... Listen, the only one who is not problematic that we do not unstand is Scrubs Anime.
What? I was eating.
I think his
Oh no, we cancel you again now. We re-canceled you.
Wait, that's right, we already established things. Oh. Yeah, sorry, my bad, guys.
You're not sorry.
I legitimately didn't hear you.
Listen, I said that you were going to, I said you're the one who was going to be uncanceled until you said you were eating, and then I re-canceled you.
Oh, right.
Damn.
Well, in that case, I'll be uncanceled again, because I'm just that awesome.
I'm sorry, but
I don't know
that's
what David's doing, but it looks like progress.
It does look like progress. He's a progressive guy, you know. He's
communist.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Scrubs was more awkward to model, an ass or a bulge? I'm assuming what was more awkward to model? Neither, actually, because they're part of like human anatomy, and I don't think of them as, you know. Like,
you know what else is awkward to model?
Just things that you gotta add to make the character look, you know, realistic, or look like a character. You don't want to give him the Iceman flat ass treatment.
Yes, you do. You want to give him a flat ass. Listen.
Have a flat ass.
Flat ass gang, rise up. Flat ass gang, rise up.
William, what are you referencing? When did Iceman have a flat ass?
You guys made that joke on one of your streams, or just a stream.
Oh, one of ours. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
You guys were playing an X-Men game, and you were talking about Iceman or some shit, and you're like, he's got a flat ass.
So, like, I'm sorry, but like 90% of the bullshit that leaves my mouth, I don't remember.
You know what? I relate to that.
It's just
You're
like
awful, Murray.
I just let myself say whatever I want on these things, and like I worry about it tomorrow morning when I'm like, Oh my god, what have I done?
Relaine, the docking clamps are
I
engaging.
used to be like that, but then I realized, why do I give a fuck?
Why do you fuck a give?
I don't have a fuck.
Euphoric Lenny is doing the Joker bit in the chat. You just wanted to make fun of me.
You just wanted to make fun of me. Yuck.
What's this bit again? Because, like, I'm sorry, I still haven't seen Joker, because I don't
quoting
care.
a bunch of lines from Joker. It's great. Well, I mean, it's not great, but it's like, it's above average. Good. You should probably just watch Taxi Driver instead.
Is that made by...
It's not a comic book movie. Why would I want to watch that?
So Taxi Driver was made by controversial Marvel opinion haver, right?
Yeah, that's one of his.
Oh. Well, if he insults Spider-Man like that, I guess I can't watch anything he's ever done, because, you know, I'm that much of a petty asshole.
You know what, man? I don't get the hate behind Scorsese over his opinions of Marvel. Like, I get the initial statement could have been a little bit misinterpreted.
Well, he's an 80-year... Listen, he's an...
clarify what he meant.
He's an 80... I'm sorry, it's like he's an 80-year-old man. Like, I would be more worried if he wasn't skeptical about the thing the kids like. That's literally his job in life as he's a grandpa. He's allowed to say, "Oh, the thing that you youngsters like, it's bad." That's the way it is, okay? Like young people give old people shit for being old, and old people give young people shit for liking things that aren't what they like, okay? It's the circle of codependence.
I guess.
There is no
Taxi Driver's a good ass
It's
movie.
long gone.
So does that mean that Taxi Driver...
Anthony Monica, man. I saw your sub. Appreciate it.
Here's a question, though. Does the Taxi Driver have a good ass? Because you say it's a good ass movie. But, like...
You know what? I don't know if we ever see it directly, but I know he's got good abs.
That's it.
Okay.
I thought you were going to go somewhere along the lines of, does the Taxi Driver have a good taxi? Or something like that.
Well, he said it's a good ass movie, so I had to talk about the ass.
Right.
It's
is
only
it
fair.
Iceman level flat, or is it like Spider-Man?
So is it Iceman level flat, or is it like the guy from Teen Wolf as Superman levels of round?
The fuck is he?
Okay, so you know the guy who played Superman on CW, you know, in the in that one show that stars Supergirl?
All right, yeah.
Him.
Huh.
Because, like...
Yeah, he's got a pretty round ass.
Oh, have you seen that picture of that? Have you that picture of Tyler Hoechlin's Superman with his giant, just badonkadonk super mega cheeks?
Dude, that's literally what I was just referencing!
I was asking William if he's seen the picture.
I haven't.
Okay.
Just
Oh
the
my
way you
God.
described it.
He's got the biggest ass.
Because I was saying, like, Iceman is our standard for the smallest ass, and this guy is the standard for the biggest ass. It's like the gold standard.
But send me that picture.
It's better than Tom Holland.
God damn! What the fuck?
That man is packing some fucking heat. That man's ass is legendary. He is dummy thick.
Looks like a big fucking lump on his ass.
I'm trying to defeat Doomsday, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting him to my location in Metropolis. You know how Superman can do that clap thing? That shockwave ability?
Alerting the Mexico guards.
You know how Superman can clap his hands together and the force of it can like push a truck or something?
Yeah.
But he just claps his cheeks together and a whole building's split in half. That's how he clapped his cheeks so hard the whiplash force made Emperor Zod's neck snap on the spot.
Wait, I think I can use
He was
the
like,
weight
no!
Find an EVA suit and still get to
When
you.
Superman farts,
Well,
it's basically Metropolis Road. That's the SWAT.
listen. When Superman tried to clap them cheeks, that's not quite what he had in mind. Especially, I'm sure that's not what Lois had in mind.
Oh god. Man. What the fuck?
Well, listen, William, you told us that we couldn't talk about dicks. It was too early to talk about dicks, so we had to talk about the other thing instead. You know, it's only natural.
Yes. Do you know that?
You know what?
So
That's more of a pleasant
Superman doesn't superpower crush Lois Lane's pelvis. He has to have a red sun lamp above his bed that makes him human when he's in contact. Like, so he's about the strength and power of a normal man when he's laying in bed. Hello, Anna. What is your question?
I have a question. Just in the middle of us talking about this.
Oh no! There's 2 aliens now.
Oh fuck! Have you seen both of them at the same time?
Yeah, I saw both of them at the same time.
Shit, that's not good.
Well, it's the end of the game. They had to raise the stakes somehow, you know.
It's the final boss. Is they'll just put you in a room with fucking like 2 or 3 of them and just say, "Go for it, escape, loser." Anna, to answer your question, he kind of has a permanent leading lady. For the most part, it's Catwoman, because like of everyone that Batman's hooked up with, that one is the one that's happened like the most times. Like they're super on again, off again. And I think right now at this point she's pregnant with his baby, and they're getting married in the comics. So
they're finally doing it?
hopefully.
You know what? I've been reading the comics from the writer that took up the Batman comics after Tom King left. And they're really fucking good. Like, I read the first, 2 issues of that writer. And they got me hooked into it so fucking much. They're so good.
Who's the new writer?
Oh no! I got I got sucked into the tube.
Oh shit! You need a helmet.
What issue did Tom King stop writing at?
Number 69.
Shut the fuck up!
That, like,
I'll find
seriously
you and kill you.
Please kill me. Please.
We're talking about which Ninja Turtle has the biggest face.
Yes, we are. That's exactly what we're talking about.
What the fuck did I just say? I'm not talking about dicks in the street.
We're not talking about dicks. No, we're not talking about dicks. We're talking about dicks.
One more gay thing for Superman. Superman's now no longer got his love and his 10-year-old son. I think they retconned that out.
Oh, okay. So they won't date that shit.
Listen, when's the last time I have to tell you about this? They're talking about dicks. We're not talking about, like dicks. We're talking about dicks. Decks.
Wait, they don't know about the fucking joke, do they? Okay, everyone, right now, collectively, look up New Zealand deck commercial, and you'll get what we're talking about.
New Zealand deck commercial.
Shout out to Xavier and David and a bunch of other my friends. They fucking died laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, I also died inside, unrelated to the laughing.
Blimey, mate, that's a bloody good dick you got there.
Says blimey. No Australian says blimey. No
Well,
self-respecting Australian says blimey. That's
hey,
British people.
that is not an Australian. That is a New Zealander. You bastard.
I'm neither of those things, and also not self-respecting.
As you should be.
That's sad.
Oh God! Stop! Stop! Everyone, stop!
I think the writer's name is Tinian. Like, Tynion.
Never heard of him.
Him. James Tinian.
Never heard of
the
him.
Fourth. James Tinian the Fourth?
Tinian, never heard of him.
Tinny and McGee. Never
No,
heard
his,
of him.
like, literally, it's the Fourth. Like, that's not a joke.
You're the fourth.
We're the Fourth, dude.
Oh
Shut the
god.
fuck up. Get out. Get out.
Yeah, get out. You're no longer allowed on this stream anymore. Your Australian privileges have been revoked. I'm gonna undo you as a mod as well, just for that joke.
Wait. If turtles don't have dicks, what do they have?
Xavier, you're the Ninja Turtles expert. You answer that.
I don't know. I don't think the Ninja Turtles ever covered that. Yeah, but what do they got going on?
Nothing.
Like, what's the?
They asexually reproduce.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. This is canon now. I don't want to imagine the TMNT with.
Listen.
I mean, just
listen.
real life turtles. Like what? Well, how do real life turtles?
You told me to watch.
I'm sorry, but there's a.
Yeah. Fucking pizza time. Pizza time is so good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you all, but there's a historical document that clearly tells you what's going to happen. And that historical
Pizza time is so good.
I didn't even click on the video. The thumbnail alone was like, I'm not doing this.
And I'm not talking about pizza time.
Everyone, if you want to know how that would look, look up Ninja Turtles Pizza Time and just watch that video. Just watch it. It's great.
No, it's not.
Ninja Turtles Pizza Time.
It's not Ninja. No, it is not Ninja Turtles Pizza Time. It is The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water is a historical document.
He's been killed by that same face hugger twice in a row. He just walks through the door and it just gets him.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't want you to point out these things. Your job isn't to watch the stream. Your job is to make clever quips.
Your job is to shut the fuck up.
You're not paid. You're not paid.
And everyone looked up Ninja Turtles Pizza Time.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gonna put it this way. It's one of those videos that's gonna ruin.
Iron Ninja recommending everyone look up Ninja Turtles Pizza Time.
It's one of those videos that's gonna fuck up your recommendations permanently.
It's one of those
Yummy,
videos
yummy,
that will fuck you up
yummy
permanently. Fuck
pizza.
recommendations. Recommendations, you can like at least delete it from your history, and so YouTube would be like, wait, what is this again? I don't remember this. But you though, no, that's permanently stored in there, and to get it out would need years of therapy.
Ah!
I swear next week we're gonna have like what 3 viewers max.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I forgot I saw a pizza new on Nickelodeon. There's like another version that gets worse.
What?
Oh my god. They cut off fucking Donatello's head! Oh my...
Oh hell yeah, dude.
What?
You guys love beheadings in your family-friendly videos.
What are they doing to Donatello's skull?
Oh, dude! Swear to God!
His eyeball!
I'm fucking...
What? I'm just listening. I'm listening to what you two are doing, and I'm very much not okay with it.
Oh god. I'll send it to Zach.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
I'll send it to Zach because he's my brother. And I love him!
What is wrong with you?
You keep inviting these, man. If you don't want this shit, just stop inviting me then, if that's...
They sent it to Zach.
Okay, fine, I will. I'll uninvite you and I'll invite Zach instead. Zach will become the new Xavier.
Don't you dare send that to Zach, mate.
I did.
I will find you, and I will strangle you.
I did.
So my question is, Zach, how do you feel about being the new Xavier? Xavier's canceled.
Don't promote him to that. That's my job, and I'm not even very good at it.
I believe I fucking fell for that too. Like, oh, they be who is the Donatello? Oh, really? Show me. Fucking video.
They do. It's in the. That's a different version of it.
Yeah.
I will show you the fucking screenshot.
I'm fucking done with Ninja Turtles right now. I regret making that joke about them being Russian like 2 live streams ago. I regret that so much because I'm now suffering the unforeseen consequences of such an action.
I'm basically entirely in Mom, I want to go home mode right now.
This is how Eli Vance felt when the G-Man warned him about the unforeseen consequences right before
Do you see the picture?
Right before
I didn't lie about that, William.
The fucking cascade in Black Mesa. This is how Eli Vance felt, and the years ever since he's been regretting that day.
Decapitated
This is how I
rat.
feel right now. I saw the picture, I'm just not amused by it. I'm scarred for life.
Eli who?
Eli Vance. The
Who?
Eli Vance?
scientist then.
Pick me up, Mom, I'm scared. I'm like that Patrick meme where he's saying, pick me up, Mom, I'm scared right now.
I don't think he says that. I think he just goes, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Well, there's a Patrick meme that says that. I'm just gonna look at this. If it's in the Discord chat, I hope it isn't.
I don't think I've raged quit from the stream so many times. As much as I've done with this stream.
Oh my god!
The thing is, I haven't been doing it unironically. I'm sorry, I haven't been doing it ironically. I'm like dead ass serious, just like fucking rage quitting from this unironically.
Guys, who's your favorite Transformer?
I have a life.
Like a fucking thing with Transformers.
No. Anthony asked it to
You got me paranoid. I need to know.
Just let me get through here.
I like Optimus Prime.
What's your favorite Transformer? Mine's Bust Nut. No wait, no. It's Crankshaft. His name's Crankshaft, and he transforms into a hot dog truck.
What?
Hot dog truck, the little character.
I mean, Starscream's always a classic. You know, you can't go wrong with Starscream. You know what Lindsay... You know Lindsay Ellis' wedding, right? So you know Lindsay Ellis, the YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
She had... Oh, I just died. But she had Starscream cake toppers on her cake at her wedding.
Oh, that's fucking sick!
That's like...
That was a fucking kid. Like birthdays and shit.
Just let me make it through here.
I know she had Transformers cake toppers, and one of them was definitely Starscream.
You guys love the beloved characters Gids and Mudflap?
You mean the racist Transformers?
Yeah, the super racist Transformers?
Those are my favorite.
They were making a joke there.
No, those are in the movies!
Oh. Man, I haven't seen the movies in ages.
Remember Devastator's giant fucking
Oh yeah, unfortunately. I'm underneath the enemy's scrotum.
I'm directly underneath the enemy's scrotum. Why would they do that?
I remember my absolute favorite moment from those movies. I remember because Lindsay Ellis did the, her whole plate series where she reviews the Transformers movies, and like she started off the intro to that series by saying like she and her friends went to see the first Transformers, and then like 2 weeks later, what her friend was like to her, did a robot pee on John Turturro? And then she was like, no, that can't be. That seems too weird. It's like, how could that be? A robot peeing on indie icon film treasure John Turturro? No, I'm sure that a robot peed on John Turturro.
By the way, David, they say that the game audio might be a little bit loud in this part, so maybe hike that down a little bit.
Okie doke.
Also, my audio is a little bit too low, so you might have to hike that up a little bit.
Why? How do you say that? Why do you know?
Because when I left the call, I turned on, I unmuted the stream, and I heard myself. I'm a bit...
Okay, fine. I will increase your volume so that they can hear your dulcet tones better, and I'm not at all bitter.
Okay.
Perfect. Hell yes.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
So
anyway,
was that?
I was having a heated gamer moment. What are you talking about?
Oh no. He's evolved to his final form. He's the gamer.
The gamer. Oh god.
I feel like you're forcing a lot.
Are there any Devastator like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen action figures that have the wrecking ball testicles? Are there any official action figures that have the testicles? That has to be a thing.
Transformers toy. Let me check real quick.
Well,
it has robot balls.
They wouldn't have that. No, they don't have that.
Come on! That's what's the point even?
No, Zach sent me a photo. Oh, Zach, you know what? I'm fucking blocking you, cunt.
If you're gonna give a Transformer a giant swinging ball sack, you may as well just put it on the action figure. I mean, if Michael Bay is gonna spend money animating that with CGI...
Sorry, Zach, I had to fucking block you, mate. He sent me a picture of that one video that's... Why would you do that?
You know what?
I
just remembered. So, yeah, remember that scene where Bumblebee pees on the guy's head? I just remembered that, like...
He doesn't pee on his head. He lubricates his head.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man. Every time I see Bumblebee from the Bayformers movies, my eyes just directly go to the spot on his crotch where, like, a cork popped out so that that could happen. And I'm like, yeah, that's Bumblebee's pee hole. That's what you want to be thinking about when you're watching Transformers, is where are their pee holes and balls?
I mean, that...
God damn it, Michael Bay.
Well, that's what I think about, when I watch the Transformers.
Zach, you know why I did it. Don't pretend like you don't.
Wait, you know what? I just remembered also in Revenge of the stupid little RC car wheelie, also voiced by Tom Kenny, he humps Megan Fox's leg.
He does. It's fucking stupid.
Why are those movies so, like, sexed up? Oh, yeah, and then there's also the Transformer, like, that disguises it's like that Decepticon that makes out with Sam and then starts, like tonguing his esophagus with a robot spike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. If Decepticons can disguise themselves as human beings, why do they not do that all the time? Why even be a fucking car? just be a human. You would blend in so easy. Like, they could have overthrown... Like, can you imagine, like, some body snatcher shit where anyone could just randomly be a Decepticon and they would just, like, overthrow the government in, like, a weekend? Because, like, they could just fucking kill the president and then, like, disguise themselves as him. And everyone would be like, Mr. President, are you okay? He'd be like, oh, it's me.
I am fine, I mean, I am fine, citizen.
It is I.
Well, Megatron.
Can you imagine Megatron? Megatron takes on the human form of Barack Obama, so when Barack Obama talks, he's like,
yes, I am fine. Get me my advisor, Joe Biden. Attention all humans, attention all. I am your president. I am your Lord and Master President, Barack Obama, of the Decepticon Empire. Broccoli Obama. And today I am here to declare that Earth is open for negotiation with aliens. Yes, aliens today. Today we make them public known to you all. We will bow before our Decepticon overlord.
my fellow Americans.
Just like at the end of that, like, really dramatic speech. Oh wait, that's not his right voice. My fellow Americans, today,
and then a bunch of people, on Twitter will be like, you know, he's so presidential. He's much better than Trump because he sounds more presidential.
Oh my god, no one has the testicle. Look, hey, Zach found that. He found Party Devastator figure. It's the reason it's called Troublemaker is because this is like a third party like knockoff figure that was like made by like some kind of bootleg company. The cool thing about Transformers is they're like they're one of the toy brands where the bootleg knockoffs are like higher quality and better than the official products. And this like third party unlicensed one was like, let's put the wrecking balls on him.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Why did you want the scrotum attached?
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's the best part. That's the best part of the whole movie, is when the balls are clunking together and then John Turturro is like, scrotum! Remember that?
No. No, I don't. I thought the best part of the movie was the racism.
Where Skids and Mudflap have like big busted ass teeth, and they have like gold teeth and silver teeth, and like they just speak in like horrible busted, just terrible Ebonics, and they both have the same voice.
No, I was talking about the racism against white people in that movie, because all the white characters are complete idiots too. You know, like remember when Sam's mom eats a pot brownie on campus, or like in the first movie when Sam's mom asks if he's masturbating. Like that's racist against white people.
And then Megan Fox walks out and is like, "No, he wasn't masturbating. He Megan Foxing in here."
He wasn't masturbating. I was jacking him off.
It was me, Megan Fox.
Like, it was me all along.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along, and you bought it. You all bought it. We've been playing like a damn fiddle.
He's like,
I've seen Austin Powers in ages.
He's like, oh, it would have been okay if he was just masturbating, but if he's having sex with a woman in our good Christian household, we can't stand for that.
You haven't seen It's Me, Austin?
It's
No.
What?
I mean, I know of the thing, but like I always assumed it was from.
No.
What do you call it?
It was from WWE.
Oh, was it?
Here, look. Yeah, look.
Oh.
It was Vince McMahon. Okay, they had like this mystery wrestler villain for a long while, and then he unmasked himself, and he's actually like the CEO of the WWE or whatever, Vince McMahon. And he's like,
a
it was
complete
me
asshole.
all. He's
You know
a
what's even
psycho.
better? This is even better.
Stone Cold. What's that?
Stone Cold declares 316 Day a national holiday. But like the thing about this one is, he's like trying to get the crowd riled up and like trying to get hype. He's like, if you want to know what 316 Day is, give me a hell yeah. And then there's no one because it's during quarantine, so no one fucking responds. And he's like,
So he's just talking to an empty. He's just talking to an empty stadium.
Hell yeah. And then you have like the announcer all the way at the fucking back. He's like,
Hey,
yeah.
I can
and
want.
then he says, and he's like, what?
I can one up that in weirdness though. Have you guys seen like the mega churches though, like the Kenneth Copelands and like those churches, like them doing their weird ass messages without anybody there. So it's even funnier because it's the preacher giving his sermon, but there's like four or five guys in the front row who are like the other preachers there. So it's just like him talking to his 4 or 5 friends in this empty room. And it's hilarious.
Dude, you know what else from WWE is terrible and awesome?
Oh no!
The Shockmaster! Look at his outfit. He's got a glitter stormtrooper helmet and a vest.
Hold on. There's a thing that I saw ages ago.
You've got to watch the
AJ
debut of
Styles.
Shockmaster. Okay? So, alright, you gotta watch it, but this is supposed to be the debut of their new mystery villain. You're not supposed to know what he looks like under his helmet.
Uh-huh.
And in his first ever appearance, he trips and his helmet falls off, and you see his face instantly.
Nice.
Because the whole bit is he's supposed to burst through a wall and be like, shock, man. But he trips because there was a board there that he wasn't expecting. So he just explodes through a wall and falls on his face. It's awesome. Are you watching it? Are you watching it?
No, but from your description of it,
you gotta watch it. And then the announcers try to make it cool. They're like, "Wow, that was an explosive debut. Oh man, who is this?" Like they try to make it seem not as sad as it was. Oh yeah,
I'm watching it now.
I'm so excited for the debut of the Shockmaster.
Can I like change out of my suit anywhere?
No. For some reason, Amanda Rip to just walk to the control room wearing this.
The hair looks fake as fuck. Like all of their hair.
Their hair is all like weird and gross and sweaty.
I hate this.
There's an alien! Back away, David! Back away!
I am. I
By the
hate
way,
this scripted sequence.
Yeah. So, this is the final boss.
The announcer is going through the door.
It happens at like 1 minute and 15 seconds is when he
Our
finally
partner's
gets
going to shack the world. Oh.
shock the world. It's funny every time I see it. His helmet's on crooked while he's trying to talk.
I just want to say, like, listen, I'm sorry. I just want to say I find it the most hilarious thing that you guys are just laughing your heads off in the death scene of the main character at the end of the video game. Okay?
She doesn't die because she doesn't die because Alien 2 confirms that she died of old age.
Mm-hmm. But like, still, you know, like that's the end of the game, and you're laughing while she's in space. You know, floating away from civilization.
Oh shit! Now
Shock Master.
we're just laughing. His fucking voice as well. Shockmaster's voice. What the fuck is with that?
Okay.
So, this channel I used to watch called Two Best Friends Play, they would always play, like, WWE games, and whenever they would get one...
Okay, guys,
they would
to
make
interrupt.
Shockmaster.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're done with the game.
Yeah.
What do we do? Because typically, we're usually streamed for another hour.
Play another game? Question mark?
Okay. So, we're gonna turn off the... You're gonna... Okay, guys, in the stream, we're gonna see a black screen except for my face cam for a little bit until we activate another game, so just bear with us for a quick moment.
Bear with us, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with us.
We did
can
it!
still-
We beat Alien, guys!
They can
We
still...
did the whole
game
adventure.
that gave us so much agony and so much, like, grief and so much despair.
You know what? If this game
existence as it is,
hadn't been
beat it.
as much of a pain in the ass, we probably would have paid more attention at the end. Because I've beaten this game already, so I knew what was going to happen. But I feel like William and I would both be more engaged in the game if it wasn't such a pain in the ass.
It was like a pretty
Hey guys, would you like to what are you feeling like playing? Would you like to play some Amnesia: The Dark Descent, another sort of horror game type thing? Would you like to continue playing some Half-Life 2? We could play some Half-Life 1 even, maybe.
Ooh.
We could play...
All these options sound good to me, especially the last two.
We could play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Triple Thrill Pack.
That one's pretty cool.
Or... how about...
Boom, boom, boom. Wait, do you have Doom 3?
I don't have any Dooms.
Fuck. Okay, what games do you have? You have Half-Life?
We can play Amnesia, I got BioShock, I got Dead Space, I got Elder Scrolls, I got Half-Life 1 and 2.
I don't want
Half-Life 1 and
William
2.
I don't want William to experience Dead Space in this setting because he's not going to be able to absorb how fucking amazing that game is.
We got Garfield Kart.
What the
Garfield
fuck?
Kart. Wasn't that the game you were trying to play in last week's stream? Well, not last week's stream, but like
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Before we got to that, what was it again?
That Batman thing?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that Batman thing. Yeah, that's what it was.
Um,
Where we customize a character that looks like Xavier. That Batman thing.
Zach's vote was for BioShock, but I don't. Isn't that game long as shit?
Biocock.
I'm just gonna play some Half-Life 2, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So.
Alright, sure.
But before we continue,
I'm making an animation with that song in the background, and I'm animating to that song.
So before we continue, I'm just gonna take a quick. I'm just gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. I also love how Anna said Xavier showed to me the Shockmaster video for the nth time. I want divorce. Anna. So I will be right back. I'm gonna do some couple minutes. You guys entertain the audience, and if you don't, I will murder you.
The unforgettable debut of Shockmaster, this fucking glitter on his chest from the helmet falling off. I'm always sounding all threatening, but like he fell down.
It's I, the Shockmaster. I'm gonna kick your ass. I am the Shockmaster. Come and get me.
What's another terrible WWE thing? Have you? Okay, did you watch the whole? You gotta watch the whole. It's me, Austin. Okay? You watch that while I watch the other thing.
Okay. So which one do I watch? Even my immediate family bought it, or it was me, Austin?
Yeah. Even my immediate family bought it.
That lie. fucking, what's his name? Darth Sidious from Star Wars. I'm gonna link the thing so that nobody knows what we're watching.
Oh yeah. You start linking these videos in the chat.
Yeah.
So everyone has something to watch while David does what he's doing.
That fucking face!
It's me, Austin! It's me, Austin! It was me, Austin, all along, Austin! Even my immediate family bought it!
Oh, I gotta go to bed. Oh, see ya, Anthony.
See ya, boy! I just thought of something else. From... Oh my god!
What?
It's when one of the wrestlers accidentally slipped and said the N-word on live TV. He was trying to trying to trash talk another wrestler, and he accidentally slipped. And you can see how ashamed he gets instantly. Watch it.
I'm watching the it was me Austin video. I love how it zooms in on this random guy's face behind him. He was like looking all ecstatic like on the crowd. It's like, whoa! God damn! Is that the fucking Undertaker?
I don't know. I don't know anything about wrestling other than the goofy shit.
I used to love wrestling as a kid. The Undertaker, his brother Kane, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio were my favorites.
Okay, that's awesome that you know a little bit about this, so this shit I'm showing you is even funnier. Look at the Booker T clip now, it's so good. The way he puts his hands on his face instantly in shame. It's me, Austin.
Hold on.
The way he fucking puts his hands in his face and he looks so upset. Just the immediate regret.
Yeah. God damn it. Oh.
Remember that time Vince McMahon got his head shaved by the president?
I don't.
Here you go. That time.
Hey guys, I have a question. Hey guys.
Yeah.
I have a question. So,
What's up?
if pee is stored in the balls, right?
Yeah.
And if what's the word that I'm looking for?
Devastator the Transformer.
So like pee is stored in the balls, right? And then sorry. And then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles do not have balls, right?
Sorry,
they don't have a dick.
David.
So like, where do they store their pee?
In their shells.
Okay, good. Okay, so we are going to continue with Half-Life 2!
I need to see Donald Trump do a thing in WWE.
When Donald Trump shaved Vince McMahon's head live on stream.
Hey, you remember... Hey, you remember? Hey, look, I'm about to be in the section where I drive the truck, the car.
Oh fuck, that's terrible. Oh, you know what, William? You wanna know one of the most like crazy bullshit WWE like running jokes / memes?
What is it?
Have you ever heard the name Chris Benoit?
No.
Oh, this is fucked up. Okay, so there's a wrestler named Chris Benoit, right? He was really big in like I think the 90s, and he'd taken a lot of head trauma, right? He was kind of famous for like he was getting concussed a lot, and so there. One thing, eventually something happened though. There was this story that came about how him and his family had like tragically died in some kind of accident or something, right? His whole family, right? And so the WWE wanted to do like a big event to commemorate him and his legacy as a wrestler. So they held this giant 2-hour crazy event in honor of Chris Benoit and his legacy, right?
Right.
And they had all kinds of people there talking about what a great guy he was and how awesome he was and how much they loved him. And then the next day, it came out in the news what really happened, and it's that he went crazy and killed his whole family and then himself. And
Jesus
then the
Christ.
WWE was so ashamed that they pulled that show forever and then just started erasing him and his existence from everything. They started, like, taking him out of the files of upcoming video games. They like went back and started trying to delete every trace of him from all of their websites. They were like,
What the fuck?
they were like altering old VHS tapes to not have clips of him in them anymore.
So they
just were like, he's invisible now. Get rid of him. Ignore his entire existence.
So they Song of the South, Tim.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna like become a funny thing, like, oh, you know, Chris Benoit, haha, he did this. This is fucking traumatic.
This is just this dark comedy thing. Is they did a show about how awesome he was before finding out he was a spree killer.
Wow.
It was
Hilarious.
So, like, the funny thing is now. Here's why it's funny though: is the fans won't forget about him. So every WWE game that comes out, all of the creative characters that are put up on the workshop to download is just hundreds and hundreds of Chris Benoits. and the WWE is so ashamed of it. They're like, stop making Chris Benoit. Stop putting him in the games. We don't want it. So you keep trying to delete it, but the influx is too heavy, so there's too many online.
Wow.
They keep trying to like erase
This is
him,
why
but
we
the
can't.
fandom is like, no, bring him back. So there, Pat from Two Best Friends Play. He went to a WWE show and he had a sign with him, and they even check your sign to make sure it's like nothing gross or weird or something. You know, when you hold it up, and he held up a sign in the show that just says "Bring back Benoit." And the security guard who checked the sign didn't know what that meant.
Because he erased
Everyone
everything.
who saw it on TV was like, "Oh shit!" So they would cut the camera to not show his section of the crowd.
Wow.
It's not what happened to him and his family that's funny. It's the way the WWE has reacted to it in time and sense. That's just.
I mean, I understand that they reacted the way they did.
Farcical mess.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they thought they were doing something nice, but it just turned out so bad. It went so bad.
Humans are fucking. Oh wow.
So
why would the fans want it back? Like, weren't they aware of this?
Well, just because they don't like the fact that they've just like erased his existence and won't acknowledge he ever was a part of the WWE. So they keep just trying to like, it's like a weird WWE need to just keep trying to force Benoit stuff into new stuff against the WWE's will. So they're just like I said, he's like the most popular creative character in all the games, and like people will do the sign shit like that, and like the Federation is just like, no, we can't acknowledge him. We can't do this.
It's funny because like one person being a murderer is not in like even in the top 10 most terrible things about the WWE. You know?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. WWE's there's some fucked up stuff.
Like, because like they destroy the bodies of the wrestlers, but they won't give them health insurance.
Oh my god.
They legitimately don't give them health insurance.
They don't. They're independent contractors.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So like
the number one thing you should be doing.
Yeah, they don't do it.
Why wouldn't they?
They fuck them over. They get the wrestlers to destroy their bodies for the show, and then they just I
deal with it.
You and then like 20 years later when their bodies are deteriorating, they're just like, yeah, you can fuck off and die. We don't.
People say that like the wrestlers like typically die young. Break the curse is to either become a movie star or a born again Christian.
Yeah.
For some reason, like the ones who either become movie stars are like invincible, or the ones who become born again Christians don't seem to die young. All the others just like it's the wrestling curse.
Well, you know what I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be real cynical here, okay? The reason that those two groups survive is because those are the ones that have good health plans.
Yeah. Oh god.
Say what you will about being a born again Christian, but if you're a born again Christian and you're a public figure of some kind, that pays well. Hot takes with David there.
Get their priorities straight. Swear to God.
I think there was another fucking hilarious, weird, fucked up story. Is that there's these two wrestlers called the Hardy Boys, they're brothers, and there was a storyline about how because one of them was dating a female wrestler. I can't remember her name, right? But they started writing the storyline like, let's make the Hardy brothers, let's have them have a feud. So let's write in a story that this female wrestler that one of them was actually dating, let's write in a story about how he's like two-timing one of the brothers with the other one, and then we'll like make a whole story about it. But it turns out that was actually happening for real.
Jesus Christ.
And it was real awkward to try and work that into the story of the character.
Oh no!
Did you guys know about this as they were
That
writing
was
it?
actually happening.
Did they actually know about this as they were writing it, though?
No, the writers didn't know.
Oh.
I don't think. But
Jesus Christ.
that made it like really awkward to fucking act out.
So how's everybody in the chat doing? Can you guys check on the chat quickly?
Yeah, I'm reading it as we were talking. Nothing of note. Just
Everyone's just hanging out. They're talking about wrestling and how it's crazy. The Marvel DC fan says this stream just went places.
As it always does.
Good.
It's hashtag problematic. The stream.
Socially App Spider-Man asks if he can be a moderator, but like that's up to David.
Oh, dude, I love this section of the game.
I don't know. I think we already have.
What?
I do actually really like this section of the game.
I think we have 3 moderators right now, and like there's only 15 people in the chat, so I don't think we need any more moderators right now.
All right.
There was a thing in the beta of Half-Life 2 where the lighthouse that you're about to see or go into was used as the way to like get to the Borealis ship, or it was like somewhere around that. Like the Borealis ship was like integrated into the thing, and the lighthouse had something to do with it, and it was like a secret entrance that would lead you to it. But that changed, and it's now used for a completely different thing. I don't remember the details exactly. It's been a while since I like.
Whoa.
Read up on what do you call it? On beta stuff.
Something else happened to the audio. I feel like William just for some reason got like 80% quieter.
Hello?
I turned him up.
Wait, you talking about like Discord, or are you talking about
my headphones bugging out? 1 second.
The stream?
Here, let me turn my headphones up. One moment.
He's gone. It's just us two. Okay.
It's just us bros.
Just us bros. Hell yeah. Like, bro, I'm gonna teach you how to, like, kill this thing, man. Yeah, so what you gotta do is you gotta shoot the rocket. Like, you gotta make sure it doesn't get hit by the bullets and shit, dude. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Just, like, maneuver it around.
Yeah,
there
bro.
You got it, you got it.
Okay, now is it
Did that
working?
hit? I don't think that hit.
Hey, there we go. Now I got it.
Hey.
Hello, guys.
Greetings, friend.
That's true. Marvel DC fans' real name is Xavier.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's awkward at
David,
reunions.
you gotta keep moving the rocket around in circles so that the thing doesn't shoot it down. Like when, like you just gotta like rotate your mouse or whatever it is that you use.
When I first played this as like a little kid, I didn't understand the rocket tracking thing, so I wasn't very good with them. But then, like when I played it like 2 years ago, I was like just kicking ass with it. It's cool.
Ass and
the
kick?
first time I played Half-Life 4, and the fact that the rocket can be maneuvered midair blew my fucking mind.
Man, I loved the first time I played.
As a kid, but I played multiplayer death matches with my cousins and my friends, and I would always go for the rocket launcher because I just loved maneuvering it around midair as I'm shooting at them.
Man, my favorite part of that was my favorite part of playing Half-Life 4 too.
Oh god, I fucking hate it so much.
Yes.
You haven't even gotten the third one.
Oh, I just remembered another terrible wrestling thing.
Oh no! Oh no! I just think it would be really funny if they never released Half-Life 3 and just skipped directly to Half-Life 4.
It's when Iron Sheik accidentally. It seemed like Iron Sheik during wrestling with Hulk Hogan may have become a little bit aroused. And they ask him about it in this interview, and his reaction is like, "What? Fucking bullshit!"
Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what is a WWE, man?
You know, it happens. You know, you're wrestling, you're groping someone. It happens.
Like, you're with a guy, you guys are like trading punches, and all of a sudden you're grabbing him in your big muscly arms. And
So wait, you're not supposed to get aroused when you're
bumped.
wrestling someone? 'Cause I've been doing wrestling wrong for years.
I miss when I would wrestle.
Man, I remember I was so into wrestling as a kid that me and my cousins were just like, we would get a mattress for the bed and we would lay it on the floor and we would say this is like the wrestling ring, and we would be fighting on that, just like trying to do whatever it is to get the person on the ground and like pin him down and shit. It got real fucking rough. It got to the point where like, because okay, we did it for funs at first, right? Like just for funsies and everything. But it would get to the point where like either one of us would get really pissed off that we were losing, that we would actually start getting into actual fights. Like full punches and everything, and like actually attacking them because we got so pissed off at them. Like at one another. It was rough.
Here, watch this clip. It's 10 seconds long.
David, you have to turn it on, because that repels the antlions away.
You gotta turn the machine.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit!
God. Fucking bullshit. Have you seen?
Bullshit!
Have you seen the one that I sent you? The 316A and
Yeah, that one's great.
end up kicking the guy's ass anyway. Would you like to celebrate 316A with me? Hell yeah! And then he fucking kicks his ass.
Listen, we are Americans in this chat. We only say ass, not arse. It's ass.
Ass. This is me, man.
Ass.
I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, cunt.
Kick your
Oh,
ass.
you said the Australian thing. You said it. You Australian.
Becomes such a habit because, like, no one fucking cares in Australia, so, like, you can just say it, whatever. But I have to keep in mind that every time I'm on this stream, you guys aren't Australians.
You're in a different country. You gotta understand there's different rules, son.
Well, it's fucking stupid because
there's no R and arse.
Bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Fucking
bullshit.
Bullshit.
You fucking dog. You fucking dog. Fucking bullshit, eh? Don't fucking talk shit. You wanna fucking get hit, mate? I'll kill ya.
I'll kill ya so I can get my sanity.
Kill you, mate. Oh, I've
I'm
showed
trying to
David
think
this.
of other hilarious, dumb wrestling things I know.
Now Anna's going on fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit, I can't. I mean, I might. Yeah, mate. Fucking bullshit, I.
Fucking bullshit.
I feel so like. I feel like a child trying to pretend to be a man by saying mate instead of cunt. I don't know why. It just feel right.
You gotta seem professional for this job interview.
Yeah, it doesn't feel authentic.
Nah, this is the real you. This is adulthood.
Hate it. Wait, what? CM Punk or John Cena shit their pants one time.
What?
What? Oh, David, you can get an achievement by hitting them with a crane.
Hit him!
I'm
Hit
trying
that
to
guy
do
with
it.
the crane.
I almost got it.
You know what? I actually have seen that, and I showed it to Xavier. I don't know if I showed it to you, David. The
what?
steamed hams Australian dog.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Hit him with
Yeah, I showed
the
it to you.
crane!
He's trying to squash him with the crane. Hey, there you go. You missed out on the
Yeah, did you
achievement.
get the achievement? Did you get the
No,
achievement?
because you're supposed to hit him with the crates.
Oh, pick
Like,
up
you're
the
supposed
crate
to drop
and
the
drop
crates
it
on them.
I did it.
Well, you should have said that earlier.
I did.
You said
do it?
crane.
Hit it.
I did
hit
say
with
that.
Oh, you know what? He said crate, and we thought he said crane.
Oh, you fucking dog. Alright, see you later, Lenny.
Listen,
There you go. There's nothing to wake you up better than a good laugh in the morning.
I can understand
Or-
why that guy who said it appears why he got who people thought got aroused during a wrestling match got angry, because as we all know, there's there's the straightest of sports is wrestling. There's nothing gay about wearing those suits that they wear and like manhandling other dudes.
Build up, and you're just grabbing
I was
on
going there, yeah.
sweaty, beefy, muscular men. Wrestling is such a that's the most hetero.
When you're with another man who's all oiled up and muscular and everything, and you guys are just like wrestling and like trading punches for a bit, and then all of a sudden, you guys are just like grabbing each other with your big muscly arms, trying to pin each other to the ground. But the other person's resisting
William.
so hard. And,
William, hey, hold on.
It's
You know what this is?
It gets to the point where
Fucking bullshit.
I didn't know where I was gonna go with that joke anyway. Thank you for ruining it. Fucking dog!
The stream has gone immediately downhill since we started playing Half-Life.
Listen, man. Shut the fuck up.
Pick up the crane.
This is
and
my
use it to
stream!
Smash the crane. Kill
No,
yourself.
just move the crane! Move the crane to where the thing is, and like
You
push
use
it.
the shadow. You put the shadow on the thing, and then you lower it down. It's not that hard.
Okay, Jacuzzi says the stream went uphill.
Jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi.
No!
It's a
So
French
it's
name.
fine. He's not gonna take offense to it. At least I hope he doesn't. And if you do, like, you kind of brought it on yourself, because you said it wasn't your real name. Jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi, my kneesy.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Jacuzzi.
Is that allowed? Can
Hell yeah.
Are you still allowed to say Manizi? Is that okay? I mean, it's not saying the word. It's implying lightly the word, but it's not saying. Is that one alright?
You said in one of your videos. You didn't get flack or lashback.
Said what? Manizi?
Yeah. In your cosplay video.
Oh yeah, faux cheesy Manizi. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Yeah, that one.
What was that from? I don't even know what video that was from.
That's from the Ben Riley cosplay.
That's when you were doing all the...
Riley Miles Morales cosplay. See, I remember because I don't know, I thought the thing was funny, and so I just...
You see, like, I don't remember this, and I was there. I was the guy holding the camera.
Yeah, but
like 90% of the time when there's a live action segment in my videos, David was there holding the camera.
Yeah. And I don't remember all these jokes, but like you guys are like, I'm just like, oh yeah, you remember that one joke from that one video? And I'm like, no.
I don't remember the jokes. I don't remember like the majority of the jokes in my own videos, but like...
I'm trying to be humble right now and be like, I don't remember my jokes, but secretly he's like...
Becky is always quoting them back at me. Becky is always quoting my jokes at me, and then I don't react, and she goes, remember? And I go, remember what? And she's like, that joke from that video. And I was like, what video?
Yeah, I remember
She's like,
that.
you said it. And I was like, oh. Oh, yeah, alright, it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, I was there multiple
disappointed.
How dare you not remember your own joke, man?
How dare you not be a big fan of Godzilla
You don't
Mendoza?
even know yourself.
Godzilla Mendoza.
I don't know you anymore.
It's weird how I'm like a grouchy old man who like doesn't get the joke, but you guys are telling me shit that I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! You just fucking jumped that guy!
That was sick! Are you supposed to do that?
I don't know, but this is why I love Half-Life, because of these moments.
Godzilla Mendoza is some trash YouTuber.
Like, are you supposed to be doing that? Who gives a shit? You did it. It's cool. It's fun.
Unscripted! The game!
It's about as unscripted as WWE.
It's
Yes.
me, Austin!
It was me, Austin. It was me all along, indeed. Everybody bought it, even my immediate family. I bet you feel like an idiot now, Austin. You fool.
I have made an absolute buffoon of you! Of everyone! My deception has ran so deep that no one could have possibly guessed my disguise. I've cleverly wormed my way into your minds.
For a second there, I thought you said I carefully wormed your way into your mom.
Oh my god.
Just the way you set that up.
Zach sent me
Yes!
and said, remember that time Vince McMahon ate ass?
What? What?
This watch, he just showed me pictures of it from...
Oh my god, I'm watching the video now.
Oh my god!
Is that The Rock?
I don't know. Yeah!
I think I got a new reaction image. That guy's fucking face. Jesus Christ, what is up with his face? What's up with his face?
That's his face! That's what he always looks like!
It's so fucked up. It's the same fucking expression for everything.
Oh, here's this fucking awesome clip. I love this.
What?
He has one expression and that's that. It's just that.
Well, he's excited, and then things take a turn
He's
for
always
the worse.
excited.
What? What happened?
What?
Look, the ship
I
just...
can't. I clicked off the stream, and now it's like my computer's freezing up.
The ship just landed, like, right in the middle of where I am. Like, I shot it down.
Yeah. Alright, dude, you gotta just, like, move it out of the way with your gravity gun.
Hold on, don't do it yet. I want to see. I want to see. Fuck. Oh,
Wait, yeah,
these
he
Vince
hasn't done
McMahon clips are slowing me down.
You could just like scrub back, into the timeline.
I'll scrub your face with this cheese grater, bitch.
I'll scrub you the fuck out.
Oh yeah, that plane just fell down. I saw it now finally. It just landed there, and then now it's just blocking the road.
You gotta use your gravity gun, you dum-dum.
I'll gravity your gun.
I'll gun your gravity, bitch.
Okay. Fucking do it.
I don't know what these things mean. Can I take my plate of chicken wing bones downstairs? It's grossing me out to just have it sitting here all night.
Denied! Sit down!
What time is it on your end?
It is 10:32 p.m.
Nah, fucking don't.
Okay, go and dispose of your chicken
emojis.
Go and dispose of your
times
chicken.
already.
Listen, Xavier, dispose of your chicken corpses. We will be fine without you. We don't like you anyways.
I hope everyone's gonna be okay. I hope the audience doesn't immediately just click off the stream once I've gone.
Listen, they've already clicked off the stream hours ago because this is a stream that says Alien Isolation, and we're playing Half-Life.
Chicken corpses is technically true, but the fact that you had to call them that is so disturbing. And it makes me question why you would even do such a thing.
Well, that's what they are. Like, I'm just being honest, right?
There's a difference between being honest and being a psychopath. And right now,
they're the same thing?
I beg to differ. Okay, in the beta, or not in the beta, but like an early version of this map, had you basically going, like driving along this road, but you'd have like a horde of antlions, like around this part, pushing you off the road, and leading you to like another place. I forget which place exactly. But they got rid of that because I don't know why. They just did. I left for an hour and I need someone to film me another jokes. I don't know where to begin. You're gonna have to look back on the stream once it's archived.
Yeah,
or like now, I guess.
There's gonna be
There's
a
just so much to sift through.
lot of dumb bullshit in this stream.
Yeah, but you say that like it's a bad thing.
I say that like it's a thing.
You say that like it's a bad thing, though.
I say that like you're a bad thing.
Maybe because I am.
So what you're saying is that you're the bad guy.
It's Billie Eilish. Like she was really popular last year, but like she dropped off the face of.
Well, she was gonna. She did the Bond song for the next Bond movie, and like that was.
Oh yeah, she did.
It was supposed to be like a big hit, but then like the Bond movies were moved behind because of the Rona. So like that's a thing. And then also she's supposedly gonna have a new song coming out next week.
Huh.
Bill the Eyelash.
Billing Eyelash. I can hear Xavier in the background. He's like screaming hysterically. Demonically.
I'll bet Xavier hates Billie Eilish because she's a woman and he's a misogynist.
You know, I kind of got that impression off of him. I'm not gonna lie. And now that he's not here, I can talk as much shit as I want about him.
Exactly.
Xavier's
like,
the type of guy who's like,
yeah,
I think women are pretty cool, but then he would go and like,
you know, you have those guys who like read comics and like
talking about women here. It is I.
Hey, we should come up with a new character time. The misogynist.
Well, that's funny.
You know, when you said the gamer, Jaqueezy's like, correction, he's the gamer. But he said it like a couple of seconds right before you came in and said, I'm the gamer.
I'm back.
See, that's parallel thinking right there. That's
so. I just want to. I don't know. I think it would be funny to have a character called the misogynist.
Isn't that the gamer though?
But like the gamer, he doesn't think he's being misogynist. The gamer thinks he thinks he's in the right. But like the misogynist is just like, yeah, I hate women. And he's like, yeah, what of it?
Man, there's
He
so
got
much
the
potential
hotel.
for comedy there. That's his character has a lot of potential.
Exactly. I'm glad you
one-
understand, Xavier. I'm glad you're not making fun of me
David,
or
you
anything.
could use the fucking crossbow to pin someone to a wall with the rebar.
Why? Where? Why? Where?
There's a billboard, like up ahead on the road, and you can use
Oh, I
the
see
scope.
it.
So when I went downstairs
see
to
it.
get a drink and like put my trash away, I walked in on my mom playing Halo Reach while her phone is hooked up to a stereo, just blasting Darude Sandstorm, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Yeah,
Dude, I'm your mom's
weekend.
biggest fan right now.
I don't know why she's playing Sandstorm. I asked her if she put that on purpose, and she said it was just like she just let her phone autoplay a bunch of random music, and like that just came on, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And she's just like she's playing Halo Reach. She's also dyeing her hair, so it's like up and up.
Like,
With, like,
at
all
the
the
same
hair
time,
dye in
play
it.
Halo Reach while listening to the Root Sandstorm while dyeing your hair.
Yeah,
I mean,
That sounds fucking epic.
More power to her. She sounds like she's living her best life, you know?
she's being a gamer.
I was about to say, she sounds like a gamer.
The gamer was my mom all over.
No, she was the female gamer, you know? She was the streamer.
It's
No, that's-
gamer, that's right, yeah.
No, that's Harley Quinn.
No, that's... No, we established early on that her name would be the streamer. And that the Joker
Who are you?
became... the gamer became the gamer because he fell in the vat of Game & Go bathwater.
And he became her simp.
That's right. That was the lore, man. All you had to do
This
was...
shit's all so
This is
terrible. Oh, my
That's what
cat
makes it great.
Panda's here. Anyway, if we're gonna talk about characters, I want to talk about the Transformers I made up: Crankshaft and Bustnut.
What? And what?
Crankshaft and Bustnut, my two original Transformers characters.
So, like... Okay, so walk me through
earlier in
the...
the stream, and I'm surprised we haven't caught on that.
Okay, so, like, walk me through the naming process here.
Okay, so like, you know, Transformers are named a lot of strange things like Air Raid, Ironhide, Soundwave, Starscream, and I just think, you know, there's a lug nut. Why can't there be a bus nut? He's a Transformer that has lots of nuts and bolts in him, but he likes to bust things. You know, he likes to smash. So bus nut's always smashing. You know, and Crankshaft, well, he transforms into a hot dog truck, and hot dogs, they have a shaft. You know, they're an elongated object. So, you know, maybe also the way he transforms, he's kind of transforming like a corkscrew, so it looks like he's cranking into the shape of a shaft. You know.
No. I'm severely judging you while drinking my beverage right now.
I don't know what to say to you anymore. I don't know what to say to you.
I mean, like, I don't know you anymore. Like, this is not who you used to be, you know? Like, suddenly you start talking about how feminism is the real the feminists are the real sexists, and then suddenly you're talking about crankshafts and bus nuts, and I don't know what happened to you, man. Like,
I became the gamer.
We need to call an intervention, I think, right now on stream.
you need to have a
This
gaming
has gone on for
intervention.
too long.
You need to stop talking about The Last of Us Part 2. And how girl character with muscles is cancer secretly or something.
This is the SJW agenda.
I think you just need
Okay,
to stop.
so like here's a question for you. You know,
You
the
know
guy.
what? This is the reason I like Half-Life 2. This game's not political, alright? You play as a white man with a gun who's trying to start an uprising to stop a corrupt government. that abuses its citizens with a corrupt, faceless police force. And that's not political, though. It's like...
And a politician that...
Because Alex Vance is the sidekick, not the main character. If you played as Alex, this game would be political.
Oh, absolutely.
Vance and Half-Life Alex.
Goddamn SJW's trying to shove all these politics in my fucking video games.
So, I have a question for you guys. Like, you guys... Hey, I'm sorry. I have a question for you guys. The gamer, the co-creators of the gamer alongside me. What is the gamer's opinion about The Last of Us Part 2?
Oh, he actually really liked it.
Women trash.
No, he just liked it. He enjoyed it.
Oh, wouldn't it be really funny if, like, he actually, like, really liked it, but he felt obligated as, like, part of the gamer sect to, like, hate it, so he only plays it under the cover of night so his friends don't see him? And he does it in incognito
with the sound really low and his curtains closed, and he's like, I can't let any of my fellow gamers know.
And he plays on on offline mode on Steam so that nobody sees him when he plays it.
Yeah. But then one day... Oh, no, he goes private on his PS4.
Oh, right.
Or like, show is offline. But one day he forgets to set it offline, so then someone sees him playing it, and they're like, I thought you hated that game, gamer. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, it's not what it looks like. You gotta believe me.
My friend told me to try this game, so I came in as I you came in as I launched it, and
Oh no, I was just playing it.
But you have 200 hours on record on the game.
I think it fucking. I don't like it. And then the guy's like, "You'd be like halfway through the game." That's my friend's memory card. He
says like
gave me his memory card, and now I'm on his save. It's not mine. Dude, it's a PS4. Memory cards died out like PS2 era. It's like, oh well, my one is custom modded to fit a memory card.
He says, dude, you have 200 hours on this game.
Trust me. I look. I would never lie to you, dear friend. This is I'm telling you, this is not my save. This is this game sucks. I think this game is just political. I don't like this. It's bad, and I'm gonna give it back to my friend and be like, "How dare you? I don't know you anymore, and you disappoint me." That's what I think of this game.
It's my girlfriend's account.
As you looked at him.
But I thought you said
his friend be like, "You got a girlfriend?"
But I thought you said you didn't want to date any women because they were all whores.
No! He just starts crying on the spot and his makeup is running. It washes the Dorito dust off his lips.
Look what you made me do.
I can't tell what's saltier. The Doritos or the taste of my own tears.
Oh, this section is so badass. I love this.
I love this section. This is cool.
I like how you're saying it's bad arse. What's an arse?
It's bad arse.
It's very bad arse.
Bad arse.
Bad arse. Bad arse. That's some bad arse shit there, friendo.
Why the fuck you sound like a pirate?
Arr, matey.
Oh!
I'm eating some chocolate.
What?
Nom nom nom.
Why though?
Chocolate is good for me.
Why is it good for you?
Because chocolate.
But why?
It just is.
But
I wish I had chocolate.
You know the kind that I'm eating? Because I'm on a site called Keto. And I can only have... Like, the amount of carbs and sugar that I can have daily is like 20 grams. And this chocolate has like... 4.8 grams of carbs and 4.1 grams of sugar. So...
Yes,
No,
I
it's
fell
not, but
and died.
But it'll do.
My mom subscribed to this like service called like HelloFresh or something, and they send you like ingredients and recipes for like healthy food. And
It's the most millennial
we've been,
thing ever.
Yeah, and we've been eating a lot of like, I mean, aside from like the chicken wings and BLTs, just now, been eating a lot of weird stuff I haven't had before. Like, I don't know, she made something yesterday that was like spaghetti with like chicken in it and also tomatoes or something, and it was actually pretty good. And then she made this bowl of, I don't know, it had like guacamole and like rice and like a bunch of vegetables and shit in it, and like little bits of, I think there were little bits of chicken in that too. So yeah, I've just been experimenting with some stuff that's not quite just greasy, disgusting fast food.
That's good. That's
nice
good. Yes, I fell again. Yeah. I fell twice. I'm so happy. But anyway.
Stop it, David. That's not cool. That's not allowed in my Christian Minecraft server.
Well, can I have an atheist Minecraft server then?
That's out of the question.
No. What are you, Notch?
What are you, not Christian?
Notch Christian?
Yeah, you got it.
I'll tell you though, my I'll tell you though, some of my favorite things though that I had when I was abroad were like the real simple things that would be really nice, because like a thing that you would eat in Spain for breakfast.
David.
This would be breakfast would be like toast with olive oil, and you wouldn't think that would be good, but that's actually like really good.
That's one of those things that like sounds gross, but then you eat it and it's like, oh shit, all right, cool.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually.
You guys ever had PB&J?
No, because I'm allergic to peanuts.
What a loser.
Honestly, I think I did eat a PB&J sandwich once when I was like a kid, like 8 years old, and I just didn't like it, and I was like, you know what? If I don't ever eat one of those again, that'd be fine.
So you haven't like had PB&J recently?
No, not recently. Nope.
Oh.
Zooming and sniping. You gotta zoom on that scope. There you go. Zoom. You snipe that bitch. You can do it.
You can just use the other one, the other guns, the other arsenal at your disposal. You know what I hate about Half-Life 2?
Is Oki.
I've been thinking about the stuff that I don't like about Half-Life 2, and I actually found something that I really don't like. The beta of the game had so many different variations of weapons that just picking up and finding weapons would like it felt so much fun, right? You had a fucking sniper, you had an automatic sniper rifle, you had a typical sniper rifle, you had a shotgun, you had about like a dozen different machine guns, or whatever, just automatic weapons, right? But they stripped them down for Half-Life, like the retail version, for whatever fucking reason, and I hate that so much.
I'm fine with it. I like the game's arsenal as it is. It's just like, what? There's no difference between like to me, like 5 or 6 different machine guns, because they all do the same thing. Like,
well, they can do it differently. The
fact that there's 2 in this game is already like impressive to me, but like I don't think you really need more.
I would like there to be like some sort of
a machine gun with a scope that you could actually use.
Yeah, that's one thing that I want that they don't have is a gun with a scope.
I mean, you got
they have the crossbow. But
I know, but I want like to be able to aim with one of my rifles,
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never really associated like aiming down sights with Valve games. They don't really put that in there.
They had it in Half-Life 1.
Aiming down sights?
Mm-hmm. They had it with...
yeah. For a couple of the guns. Like, it just puts it out ahead of you, doesn't it?
Right. You also had a sniper rifle for, what was the game with Adrian Shepard? Opposing Force?
Opposing Force, yeah.
Yeah, you had a sniper rifle in that game.
Well,
so
Opposing Force was, like, made by Gearbox, and they do more traditional shooters, like some more.
Right,
like,
but they sort of got Valve's like blessing to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Valve was just like, basically make it feel like the first one, like the original Half-Life IP, you know, that we made like a year or so ago. But make it different enough so it feels like it's a different character that you're controlling, and that's what they did. And
yeah, because he can like climb ropes and shit. Like he has other.
Yeah, you can climb ropes. You know what? If Half-Life 3, when Half-Life 3 becomes a thing,
if Half-Life 3 becomes a thing,
when Half-Life 3, not if, when Half-Life 3 becomes a thing, I really want to see how they tackle. Well, hopefully, first of all, they do a rope climbing mechanic again, because that shit would have been so cool. Like in Half-Life 2, because this whole game is about physics. And what better way to introduce physics than climbing a rope, right? Seeing the rope, you know, move about and do its own thing as you climb it. Oh, you almost fell down.
That's why he like yelped a couple of seconds ago. I was waiting to see what happened in the game that made him react like that.
But like the point is, if they had something in Half-Life 2 where it's like, you know, it was a lot more engaging than just aim at a long distance and shoot. Like if they had something like a sniper rifle, which again in the beta they did, or if they had an automatic gun with a scope, which again in the beta they did, I feel like if they kept that for the retail, it would have made it so much more interesting and so much more fun to like find these weapons and pick them up instead of having to rely on the same like weapons.
But is that necessarily a flaw with the game itself?
It's not a flaw with the game, but it's something that bothers me.
Because like you gotta acknowledge, like, are you unhappy with what's there, or like are you just like pining for what could have been? You know,
well, that's kind of the thing with my statement as well.
Those go hand in hand, but could be different things.
Right, well, that's kind of what I'm like. That's kind of the thing with my initial statement about a thing that I don't like about Half-Life 2. I love the game, but that is a thing that I don't like about it. It's so trivial, I know, and it doesn't change how the game sort of, you know, feels. It doesn't change my experience, but it is something that I wish they had. And so, like, I guess my statement is to be looked at as more of
like,
a.
I look at it like, okay, Resident Evil 3 remake. I was like, I like it fine enough. It's okay, but I was like really disappointed with it, and I'm like, it was just short and unsatisfying, and I wasn't really a fan of how the bosses were designed, or boss, since there's only one. Yeah. And like, I just
guys in the chat, like, if you see what I'm doing, you know, you do it too.
I was hoping that game. I really wish that they had just taken like 4 or 5 months to work on that game, so that it would like fix some of the pacing issues that it has, because it's like the opposite of Alien Isolation, where Resident Evil 3 is too fast, and like, you know, just too much shit happens too quickly, and it doesn't. It's not satisfying, and like, I wish that there was more there, because I'm unhappy by half. But like, are you unhappy with Half-Life 2? It's perfect.
No.
It's a masterpiece.
I'm not unhappy with it. Like the whole thing with me saying I'm finding a flaw with it is like I dug like really fucking hard to find something that annoyed me about it.
Yeah.
But it's not a flaw in the game itself. It's such a trivial thing.
I mean, like, I'll admit, this is one of the greatest.
That's kind of the sentiment of my criticism.
I fucking hate the driving sequences.
I love the driving sequences, dude. Are you serious?
Okay, this one right here is okay, but like, I didn't like the airboat, and I don't like how almost the majority of episode 3, or no, episode 2.
Sorry, episode 3 we never got. We may never speak of episode 3.
Sorry. Episode 2, I was disappointed with how the majority of episode 2 was driving, because it like this.
Really, that was only like the second half.
It felt like more. I don't know.
I played it again yesterday, just yesterday. It's like the second half and beyond.
You gotta bump it with the car, with the car pushy gun. And also kill that bug along the way. Wow, this is going. Can you like accidentally lose the car by like just dropping it off?
You'll lose the mission. Because
okay.
you got to keep in mind that in Half-Life 2, G-Man
failed
is
to
two-player.
preserve mission critical asset.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Here's a really cool detail that I noticed. After, like in Episode 1 and Episode 2, when you fail a mission, it doesn't show that up. Like, mission failed or whatever, like, you know, and like giving you the reason. It just says, this thing happened, or Alex Vance died, or you died, or like one of the things died. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because at the end of Half-Life 2, the G-Man puts you in cryostasis again, right? But the Vortigaunts get you out of that. And so you're no longer a part of... You're no longer employed on the G-Man. Like, you're not his employer anymore. And so you're pretty much on your own for the next 2, like, episodes. So G-Man has, like, no sway. Like, he has nothing to do with
stuff
your
like, oh, you failed your mission. You got hit by
there is no mission.
train. Assignment terminated. Failure to preserve. Oh, that's actually a really cool little detail.
Yeah. I only just noticed that playing episode 2, 1 and 2 again.
I like forgot that G-Man like isn't your bro. Oh my god! The way that he flies up into the air when he gets hit by the car or by the train, like the camera's spinning so much and you can see out of bounds because you got hit so hard. I love how that it like breaks the game that impact is so strong. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he did it again. I feel like David's doing it like on purpose at this point.
It's cool looking.
I can't wait for you to play Half-Life Alyx.
I will not confirm or deny any of these rumors that you tell.
That means it's true. When he says that, it's 100% true.
That means
like what we're saying.
I'm already canceled. Don't you know this?
Finish Half-Life Alyx. Because that ending. That ending.
My God.
That ending. I had a voice crack there. I want to go like, oh, but I had a voice crack.
Oh!
Oh!
But man, that ending, so fucking it's so good. It's so good.
Does the ending just start waggling its big valve penis in your face, going, by Half-Life 3, we're still gonna do it, we promise? Does it do that?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Damn.
I'll neither confirm nor deny.
I want a big scary Half-Life penis wagging in your face, going, it's gonna happen!
I mean, I'm gonna tell you now, it will happen. But I'm not gonna say whether Half-Life Alyx's ending has anything to do with me saying that it will happen. That's something you have to find out on your own.
That's lame.
But I'm telling you, it will happen. I don't know when.
Dang it, it keeps happening, I keep dying.
In Half-Life Alyx's files, there have been a number of codes about Half-Life 3
for a bigger, different game. Ooh. Ooh.
That's all I'll say.
Have they finally got their shit together and decided what it's gonna be?
They knew what it's gonna be. The only reason why they held off on it, as I've been saying multiple times, back when they were developing it in 2008, the Source 2 engine, it wasn't ready.
Source 2 engine!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ready.
Him.
It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready to take on such a project, and so for like the next couple of years, it was just like the two like there were two different like teams or two different like two different sides.
Liam, will you stop
there was one
talking
side,
about Half-Life and focus on what's relevant? We're trying to play Half-Life here. I don't want to hear about Half-Life while I'm playing Half-Life. Focus on the game. Talk about what's relevant to what we're playing, alright?
Dang it!
Half-Life.
There was one side. There was one side who were like, let's finish working on the Source 2 engine and finish that off. And then we'll work on Half-Life 3. And there was the other side who were like, let's just make Half-Life 3 on another engine. And for the next couple of years, that was a debate going back and forth. Until eventually they were like, you know what? Let's fucking move on from this. Let's We're not gonna call it quits.
Let's make a Portal game and then just go on.
That was after Portal. That was way after Portal. Wait, was it after Portal though? I don't know, because the Orange Box was sort of like their apology to the. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, Portal 2. Because the Orange Box was sort of their apology for like not giving us Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3. So I don't know if that thing went on, like that whole argument thing went on before Portal 2 or after Portal 2.
Dang it.
Maybe before Portal 2 was released, they were like they had their mindset that they weren't gonna work on it anymore. Because of that, like remake it on a new engine or finish Source 2. So they just like they gave out and they're like, you know what? Let's just stop working on it.
David keeps jumping out of the car.
He keeps dying. Stop dying.
Jumped out of, or he keeps dying, but he jumped out of the car in midair, just falling.
David,
you could see the
once you hear the train, reverse backwards.
Why?
Because you've been trying to do the same thing that you've been doing, but it's not working.
It's not gonna work.
The definition of insanity, David.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me.
This stream is someone's descent into madness.
Whose
Not
descent
mine.
into madness?
Not yours. Perhaps David's.
Hey, Zach says that the Destroy All Humans remake days.
Oh, listen.
Nice.
We should play that sometime.
Look at that, David. Look, the train's passing. Yeah.
We should play that sometime.
Xavil. Damn trains, CJ.
All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
All you had to do.
We should play the Destroy All Humans remake sometime, Xavil.
Just play the what?
We should play the Destroy All Humans thing soon.
The remake?
Uh-huh.
That'd be
I haven't
fun
played the
because
original.
it's available on PlayStation Store. You can actually just download it. They did a remaster of the first and second one because those are the only good ones. So you could actually download those and like the first one's relatively short. You could probably, if you bought it right now and just like played the fuck out of it, you could probably beat it in time for the remake.
You know, I know a shop. It's like in another suburb, but I would go to it because all of their stuff is cheap because it's secondhand. But a lot of 90% of it works just fine. Like nothing is damaged or whatever. And like all of their games are really fucking cheap, and like they go back to like the PS2 era. And I'm fairly certain I saw a copy of Destroy All Humans there once.
Do it. It's good shit.
Well, no, you can play the remaster.
For the most part,
the remaster, it's really good. Like it's the game, but like in widescreen and with like slightly better textures.
I don't know.
And it runs smoother.
When it comes to like remasters
because I had
of those times,
I had the PS2 copy and like I've played both. The remaster, I would just download it there. Convenience.
Destroy All Invader Zims.
I don't really trust the remasters of that time because Ratchet and Clank remaster had a really shitty history.
Hey, here's a question for you.
So much worse than the original. It was a lot buggier. It was.
Oh no, I would say that the Destroy All Humans one. I mean, a remaster is almost even like an unfair term. It's more of just a port. Like they just took the PS2 game and were like, we'll just release it on PS4. Like, there's not a whole lot that's different about it. So yeah, just try it. It's good. You know, I think what's cool about them releasing that on PlayStation Store, like, what was it, 2 years ago? I think they did that to gauge interest in the Destroy All Humans series, because it had like 4 or 5 games, and then just kind of like slowed down, and they stopped really producing stuff for it, because like the third one was really bad and really under budget. Like, it was really low budget, and like they couldn't get back all the voice actors because like they could tell that the third one was trash. So I think what's going on is that they re-released the first one and second one on PlayStation to see like, do people care about this series? Is this like something people are nostalgic for? And I guess it sold well enough that they're like, all right, let's do like a proper like remake of the first one. So like they just took all the audio files and just that's it. Everything else is like new, built from the ground up, and like what something interesting that I've seen that to compare it to like remakes is that because they have a limited set of voice lines to work with from the PS2 version, they would actually take old voice like lines and dialogue, and instead of having the actors come in and record new stuff, they would just find a new context for some lines and like work them into different spots so that like they would it would make it seem like they have more dialogue than they do. And they were very clever about it from what I've seen in the demos.
Oh, I'm actually pretty excited to see how they compare.
Yeah, you should definitely try and play that first one. I would say that one's one of those games that you gotta play at some point because they're just fun as shit and probably like some of the best that the PS2 had to offer. The first one and second one, and don't touch that shitty one on the Wii, and don't especially touch Path of the Furon, the third one. That one was a god awful. Oh yeah, Marvel DC fan says they added a cut for the remake. That sounds really cool.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're what?
You know what? They end up making a remake of the Half-Life games. They need to do that. Just add cut levels back in.
You know what? Another game that did that was Red 1 when it had its own remake. For
They added
PS2.
back cut levels.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Like PS1 Resident Evil, it's like that game, despite being as famous as it is, its development was kind of messy and clunky, and the game itself like didn't have very much money, so like that's why the voice acting and the graphics and everything are really
you were almost
PS1,
a Jill sandwich.
Kind of. You were almost a Jill sandwich. There's a lot about that game kind of broken and shitty, but like the game still overall was good enough that it's like it spawned 10 billion sequels. But they were like, I guess the original director of it was like not happy with the way it came out, so he waited like, I don't know, 6 years or something until the PS2 was out and like the technology had evolved a lot. So he said, let's go back and just remake the game. Like, don't use a single asset from the original. Just completely start over from scratch. And like, we'll have like new backgrounds, new environments. We'll have them be like 3D so the camera can actually move. We'll have like new voice acting and new character models and like start everything over. And they actually went back and added a whole section of stuff from the first one that was cut out, because there's like this little mini section and also a boss fight with this. There's this creature that roams around in like the caves underneath of the mansion that like regenerates and is immortal, and like there's like a whole backstory of it's the daughter. It like the monster used to be the daughter of the guy who built the mansion and stuff, and one of the big reasons that they really needed to add that back is because it actually sets up a major plot thing for the entire rest of the series. Is that in this monster in the caves, they discovered a new virus called the G virus, and that sets up like all of the sequels, but they cut it out. So the G virus just kind of comes out of nowhere in Resident Evil 2, and they're like, oh yeah, we also have that too. So adding that back, and then also the boss fight was really cool. Because honestly, I think it helps that game's pacing too. Like having that little extra section thrown in there, just makes it kind of breaks the monotony of the game a little bit. Because I've played both versions, like the PS1 and the remake, and I would say the remake just like felt a little bit more satisfying to play through, because like it gives you an excuse to leave the mansion for a little bit and do something unrelated to like obtuse, crazy fucking like escape room puzzles. Like they just put you in a cave and are just like, get chased by this scary ass monster that steals people's faces and then glues them to itself.
Jesus, that's an actual thing in the games.
Yeah, Resident Evil 1 is fucking sick
in both ways.
Why is it sick? What happened to it?
If you end up playing Resident Evil at any point, you want to get into the series. is like fun and memey and like you know, as fun as it is to laugh at it, I would actually recommend skipping the original Resident Evil 1 and just going to the remake, because it's just like a better experience all around. And it's by all the same people. They really just got a second try at it, and like it was the director was like, this is a version of this that I'm happy with, because like, you know, now the lighting is toned down a little bit, so it's a little darker and scarier. Now the voice acting isn't laughably bad and distracting you from the tension, you know?
Like, they had a lot more time to hone in, you know.
Yeah, and what's especially impressive about the PS2 remake is that it still looks good today. I would say that it's graphically on par with games from now, and the reason for that, it's actually kind of funny, is because there's no backgrounds and no environments in that game that are like 3D. They're all like JPEGs. All of the backgrounds are pre-rendered images, so the only thing they have to render are character models. So the character models are like really high poly, realistic looking people, and they're
look at all
on,
these
like,
polygons,
really
my dude.
Like, I can show you like character models from like Resident Evil 1 and you know the remake, and
yeah, do that. I'm really
they'll look like
the difference.
at least PS3 quality at least. Let me find, what does Jill look like?
So anyway, what do you think about the Resident Evil movies?
Wait, they made movies?
Yeah, they made like 6 of them.
Ones. They're terrible.
Yeah, see,
Like,
this is the Lighthouse.
They were it's technically still the highest. I mean, if you add all of them together, it's still the highest grossing video game series of all time.
Wait, hold on a second. Is that from the remake?
Yeah, that's from the remake. That came out in like
that looks
2000.
like PS3 era shit.
And that came out in 2000, I think.
You're fucking kidding me. This looks like PS3 like level models.
Well, let's
Like,
see. 2002. 2002.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they were, because again, all the backgrounds are like JPEG. So like, you know, it's really easy to render like
quality.
high. Yeah, this and Silent Hill 3 are those two games that were like so scarily ahead of their time that they both still look good.
Wow.
Silent Hill 3 has like cutscenes that are like just absurd. Like, you gotta just look up some of the cutscenes from Silent Hill 3. They're gorgeous. That game is beautiful.
Something out of PS3.
So anyway, how did you like the Silent Hill movie?
Hey, they made movies about that too.
Oh, it's burning.
Yeah, and they changed the gender of the main character in the first Silent Hill movie because the director thought it was more feminine to be scared of things.
Yeah, the main character is a guy like looking for his lost daughter in the game, and they're like, nah, let's make it a girl because she's scared.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
You know, the Resident Evil movies have a very interesting story behind them. I don't know if I've told you this, William, but
I think you've mentioned it a couple of times.
The director and writer of those movies,
Paul W.S. Anderson. He didn't
Paul
direct.
W.S. Anderson.
He didn't direct. He directed like the first 2 or 3 and the last 2 or 3, and the middle ones he like wrote and produced, but other people directed.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but the series is pretty much all just his brainchild. But what happened was he was a fan of the first Resident Evil game, and he also directed the Mortal Kombat movie. That was like one of his first big things. Was that he's like, man, I'm jazzed and excited to adapt another video game. It's like the next big thing.
Right.
And he was
And
like,
right now,
Yeah.
he has a Monster Hunter movie in post.
Oh God. But anyway, so
Starring guess who?
The game Monster Hunter?
The game Monster Hunter.
Yeah, which
Hopefully
Anna's
it's
been
good.
playing a lot of lately.
And guess who it's starring?
Who's
Let
a
me
star?
guess, Mila Jovovich.
Yep.
Of course. But
Wait,
okay.
why?
So,
I think I'll let Xavier explain.
But okay, so one of the first things that happened is he wanted to make a Resident Evil movie, realized he couldn't get the rights to it, and was like, well, I still kind of want to do it, so I'll make like a pretty much like a knockoff, like a movie that's super heavily inspired by the game. So all the basics are there. Is, you know, a girl's in a creepy mansion, and then there's a laboratory underneath it that's filled with monsters and zombies. And he made it different enough that you could say it's like it's its own thing. And then he pitched it to a studio, and they're like, "Hey, you know, this sounds a lot like Resident Evil. Do you know we own the rights to that?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, let's do that." So he went back into his script that he intentionally wrote to not look a whole lot like Resident Evil, and then just did like a find and replace on nouns to make it Resident Evil stuff at the last minute. So it's a knockoff movie that became an official movie.
The actual movie. Wow.
So
it explains a lot of why the movie is the way it is.
So the first one is has very little to do with the game. The second one is where after that happened, and he's like, okay. So the second one is chock full of shit from the games. Like Jill shows up, Nemesis shows up. It's set in Raccoon City. Carlos is there. They go to the Raccoon City Police Department. Like all kinds of shit from the games is in the second one, but the first one like barely resembles it. And they cast this lady, Mila Jovovich. She was in actress.
The big thing that she's in besides Resident Evil is the
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was,
heard of it?
and instantly.
It's good.
Also, this detail will be important later, but she was also briefly married to that director of that movie, Luc Besson.
Right.
But okay, so she starred in the first Resident Evil movie
as this girl called Alice.
As this original character that's in none of the games, named Alice. And I think the writer-director, Paul W.S. Anderson, like, while they were working on that movie, just started to have, like, a thing for her. So, now they've been married for, like, 10 years. And he just puts her in all of his movies. Like, that's why we said, of course, earlier, is because every time he fucking makes a movie, he puts Mila Jovovich in it, because it's his wife.
And he's, of course, the lead in her next movie, in his next movie, Monster Hunter, as well.
Yeah. Actually, a fun fact is, there's this AI in the lab, called, like, the Red Queen or something.
Yeah.
In the first
movie. Red Queen, my brother.
Right? It's in the first movie, and it's this evil AI that's trying to kill everyone, like GLaDOS style, but it represents itself with, like, a hologram of a little girl.
It's supposedly the daughter of the creator of the hologram.
Yeah. So, that was in the very first movie back in, like, 1998. But just recently, in the very last movie series, before they ended it, called Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, they wanted to bring back that character, that hologram, but the real-life girl who played her was, like, an adult now, so they're like, you know who we should get to play the Red Queen hologram? Our daughter. So, Mila Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson, their daughter plays the villain in that movie, who's an evil AI trying to kill everyone.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds fucking badass.
Okay, if those movies were not labeled Resident Evil, they would actually be kind of cool. Like, they're just cheesy 90s action schlock with, like, ninjas and punching and zombies and shit. But the fact that it, like, brands itself as Resident Evil is the problem, because it has very little to do with it.
And it's also really insulting for, like, the fans of the series, because, especially in the later sequels, what happens is that, all the characters from the original series will show up, but they're all like playing second fiddle to this like OC character that feels like a Mary Sue.
Because like Alice is an OC who has superpowers and is like has some kind of super virus that gives her extreme reflexes and strength.
And then there's the one scene where like, and then there's the one scene
in the like telekinesis later. And she's a ninja.
She becomes like godlike.
Throw motorcycles.
And then there's like the scene where like 1,000 copies of her break into the Umbrella facility and like murder everyone.
The clone shit, yeah.
Clone stuff.
Yeah, there was a brief clone thing in one of those movies. But so yeah, it's really irritating how they character who's like good at everything and is a badass and is like just like has no flaws and if I'm gonna be frank with you, no personality either. Who just shows up and just tells the game characters like, "Step aside, bitch. Let me handle it." So like Jill, the main character of like the first and third games, like one of the most important iconic characters of the series, she's like Alice's sidekick now. Or like fucking Leon, the fan favorite, everyone's favorite character, the fucking Master Chief of those games, right? Leon, the best. He shows up for like a brief cameo in one of the movies, gets killed off screen.
Oh, I hate that.
That's like if they made a Half-Life movie where like Alex was introduced in like a brief cameo in the 5th movie and then was like decapitated instantly.
And then there was just some other random lady right next to her who's like, "Step aside, Alex. It's my turn. I'm gonna save you."
Or like fucking Gordon is there and like just stands in the background and lets this other bullshit character from out of nowhere just do everything for him. It's like, yeah, it's insulting because like, why even put those characters in there if you're just gonna treat them like trash, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it'd be cool if it was this is from a different perspective type of thing, but it's not.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like...
It's just annoying.
And that's the thing is also like, here's another weird thing, and David can't speak to this because he hasn't played these games, but I can. Is those movies also had another unfortunate effect. Is that, weirdly enough, the developers of the games actually fucking love the movies. They're like,
really?
well, this has nothing to do with our game, but it's cool. Therefore, let's make the games a little bit more like this as we go along. So, the games start out like, you're this really underprepared, underpowered character who really can only fight through like, really stiff combat with guns. But the main character, Alice, in the movie, is doing backflips and kicking zombies' heads off and has like superpowers and is a ninja. She's like jumping off of like railings and will like stomp down on a zombie's head or do like a fucking roundhouse kick and kick a zombie out of a window.
Or she'll like ninja kick a zombie dog.
Or yeah, like all this silly shit. So suddenly, in the sequels of the Resident Evil games, there's like a weird time skip where all of the characters get hired to be like secret agents in between, and now all of them can do that shit. So Leon, who starts as like, he's like a rookie cop who, and like this zombie outbreak happens on his first day, and he's like kind of he's like an underdog. He's not a very tough character. He's like a wimpy 20-year-old guy getting his ass kicked, but he like overcomes. He's like just badass enough to survive, but not badass enough to feel like a superhero. And then we don't see him for a game, right? Then Resident Evil 4 comes along, and it's been like 6 years or something in game time since we last saw him, and he's like dive bombing out of 2-story windows, doing a superhero landing, and then roundhouse kicking zombies, and like saying goofy one-liners while throwing knives at people from 20 feet away. Like he's this fucking just this badass Captain America now, and it's very clearly because of the movie influence. And the main thing that tells you is because the movie had this really kind of cool scene, even though the movie's a little weird. It has this admittedly cool scene where there's this hallway in the lab, and it has these like automated lasers that'll like show up at the end of the lab and then scroll through the hallway and cut anyone to pieces. And the lasers will like change shape and composition so you can't dodge them.
And they form like a grid in their final form.
Yeah, and they form a grid and then pass through a guy, and then his body falls apart in cubes. It's really cool. The games, after the movies came out, started putting in lasers in the movie. And Leon is cool enough in the games that he can jump through the laser grid and not get killed. He just barely is able to ninja his...
I want to go back to what you said about the developers taking reference from the movies. I think it's pretty cool in that you want to take some ideas from the movies that the games haven't, tackled.
But it's just that they're so different in tone. Because,
I mean, I guess that could be an issue, but from what Xavier's told me,
Bombastic AR says, if Resident Evil 8 doesn't feature Chris powerbombing a werewolf, then I don't want it.
It kind of feels like the Resident Evil games change tone every other game, and it's become such a staple of the series. That
kind of a consistent tone. The tone is whether this is intentional or not, the Resident Evil games are I would say they're 80% horror, 20% cheesy action schlock, and that's a good ratio. And sometimes that ratio will fluctuate, like Resident Evil 5 and 6, where it kind of flips, and it's mostly action schlock with a little bit of horror elements, and those ones are kind of I would say the less well-received ones in the series. And they're not hated or any... Well, okay, 6 is hated, but 5 is alright, we get where we're seeing, but please go back to horror. And then 6 comes out, and there's a scene where Leon jumps out of an exploding helicopter and then lands on a railing and then does a triple backflip while he's fighting a zombie T-Rex. And everyone didn't like that one.
Are you saying that...
You know what? Resident Evil 6 is enjoyable if you just shut off your brain and go, okay, this one's stupid as shit. So let's just enjoy that. And you get there's a scene where you've seen the monster Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, right?
Yeah. Cool
they
monster.
have a monster very similar to that, another one, but he has a robot arm that's a claw with an extendo hand that grabs things. And there's this one character named Jake Mueller. He's got superpowers, and there's a scene where the two of them are fighting on a catwalk above a fucking volcano, and it's just so silly. Or there's a Spider-Man 2-esque fight on top of a train sequence where Leon is battling this evil businessman who's injected himself with a virus that allows him to break apart his body and reform it as shit. So he's turning into a weird giant scorpion monster with a human face and fangs and shit, or turning into a giant fucking tiger or something, but it's made out of human skin and bones. It's really gross looking. And Leon's on the top of a moving train just kicking and punching at it. It's sick.
It sounds really fucking intense.
Yeah, I mean, they get dumb. But then Resident Evil 7 came out and was okay, let's get back to our roots. So let's have the jokey, silly shit again, but let's make it one of the smaller aspects, and let's go back to, okay, you're a guy who's not very tough in a creepy mansion just trying to get out and survive.
Yeah, and I feel that's a lot more appealing than haha, funny moment, guy strong, guy beats up other guy, funny.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that was 2 games in a row where, you fought, a guy with, some kind of giant monster in, a volcano.
Yeah.
And, Chris is, punching a boulder so it falls off and lands on the guy or something, and, it got crazy. So, it was appreciated that they kind of went back to basics, because, there's, action-y stuff in Resident Evil 7, but it's, really toned down, and it's always played with kind of, a creepy, disturbing factor to it. And a lot of people don't like the main character from that game. They say he's, or something, but, the reason I like him is because he's just, a normal guy, and we haven't had a Resident Evil game with a protagonist like that since the 90s. Because, Leon was a normal guy. Now he's a ninja. And, Chris Redfield was a normal guy. And now he's fucking Master Chief without the power armor. He's, 6 feet tall. His biceps are bigger than his head. And he's able to, punch zombies' heads off. And he's just, this boulder of a man. So, it's cool playing as this character, Ethan, who's just, a dinky wimp and he sucks. Because, that's actually scary. You don't want to feel... a superpowered ninja who can do anything.
Speaking of superpowered ninja who can do anything, see you later, Zach.
See you later, superpowered ninja that can do anything.
Superhero who could do anything.
That was a really good segue, by the way.
Hey, did you hear that they're actually stopping making segways?
Oh, really?
Like,
damn, it's my favorite kind of train.
Dinky vehicle. Why?
Because they're not profitable anymore, I guess.
Oh, well, I think it's because, like, everyone who like a fucking doofus.
Well, I mean, if you want to do that sort of thing today, what you do is that you buy one of those little like motorized scooters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know what I'm saying? Have you seen that clip of Snoop Dogg where he's like talking about rappers back in the day, where like how they constantly say like stuff like, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of actually like elaborating on what it is they're trying to say. And then he's like, man, because that's how we would, like that's all that we knew back then. You know what I mean? And then as he says that, he's like, you know what I'm saying? I'll send you the clip. I'm doing a really shitty job of like explaining it.
Well, it's
so fucking funny.
He's basically doing what's called using what's called a crutch word. That's something you learn in speech, and learning to speech is that when you don't know what
his argument was that a lot of people used that back in the day because that's all they knew. But as he says that, he's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what? I remember back when I used to watch Two Best Friends play, they had this really legendary fucking playthrough of Dark Souls 2, where this one guy, Pat, because there's two of them, right? There's Pat and his buddy Wooly. He's never done this in any other playthrough before or since, but for some reason he just kept saying, you know what I mean? Over and over and over in that playthrough. Like, anytime anything would happen, he would go, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, over and over.
Like I said, it's a crutch word. It's when you don't know what to say next, but you don't know, but you still need to fill the space before you have your next actual thought. Then you use a crutch word. You know what I mean? You know, that sort of thing. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh-woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh-woo is what I use as a crutch
Find
word.
the singing Vortigaunt, David.
The what?
Is it too late to find the singing Vortigaunt?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was way back. That was like in the Eboat section.
Damn. Yeah, there's an Easter egg where you can find a Vortigaunt, like, you know,
and he's cooking like
he's cooking head crabs,
almost like chicken.
He's got like it's like roast like a rotisserie spit roast kind of thing over a fire.
Yeah,
it was a spit roast.
God, Half-Life is so cool.
You know who else is cool?
I swear, no game has made me feel like Half-Life. That made no sense. I haven't felt about a game the same way I feel about Half-Life. That game is, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know how the fuck they come up with such an idea. But it works, and I love it.
You fucking
And I'm
nerd.
so glad that the inception of Half-Life became a thing. I'm so glad Gaben woke up one day and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna quit Microsoft. I'm gonna quit this really stable job that I have and go start my own company with my coworker at Microsoft and make this game and fund it ourselves. Take this huge fucking risk and just take a leap of faith and see where that leads us.
A fleep of life?
Don't they make like $1 billion a year now?
I don't know, but however amount of money they make, wow, it really pissed me off that they stopped making games for a long while because of their indecisiveness.
Well, and then also like they just didn't have like that's something else to like account for. I guess motivation. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they didn't have like a really crazy reason to make games. Like they had, you know, all the money coming in from Steam every year that like they're really just kind of set for life as a company. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, it's gonna drive me crazy. Incentive.
Yeah.
They did not have incentive to make games. They really just were just profiting like gangbusters off of just selling them, you know?
Well, that's the thing about Valve. You don't need to have any strong incentive to make games other than the fact that you want to make a game. The way that games work at Valve, the way like people start like working on projects is they think of a gameplay idea, and Valve is like, you know what, playtest it. You know, show us what you can do. Make a minimum viable product, MVP. Put your idea of that mechanic to test, and if you know the rest, if a good enough amount of employees or developers like it, then you could start making the project. That's how Portal kind of started, actually. Except that story was a little bit different, right? Because it was a couple of students who made it for like their final university thing, and then there was this guy at Valve who was just like, I really like that project. I'm gonna tell them to come into the office and see what they can do for us, or see if they want to work on that project at the studio, like fully.
I read this fucking article from like Hard Drive or something, like that parody website,
Game Satire.
Game Satire website, and they did an article about how a Valve was
rogue Valve employee.
Rogue Valve employee attempts to make a game.
What was the story behind that?
Here, let me show you.
It's like The Onion, but for games journalism.
Yeah, it's all like fake articles, but they're just funny and just like commentary. Here,
David, you're not supposed to turn this off.
Rogue Valve developer works on
the Antlions. Works on game. Why Rogue though?
Developing
Notice looking over your shoulder. Valve
because...
programmer David Nasmith continues to rebel against company culture and defy direct orders from his bosses by coding a video. Oh, it was around the time when they stopped making games.
Yeah, this was before Alex.
Is that how we got Half-Life Alex?
Yeah, it's this guy. It's this guy, David Nesbitt. He just accidentally made it because it says developing a video game is incredibly rewarding, but I think the hardest part of the process is studying when management takes their lunch breaks. So he made Half-Life Alex all by himself while management was on lunch.
Wow. That's fucking hilarious.
Plot twist, I guess.
You know what? I'm like happy with the fact that like Alex came out, because it doesn't devalue that joke. It just adds to it and implies that guy just did it. Yeah. It was him.
It was plot twist. It was just that developer writing his fan fiction.
And then he released it by himself.
He self-released his fan fiction on Wattpad.
Valve just unanimously agreed to start working on this project and dropped everything else to work on the project. That didn't happen at all. It's just one person.
Yeah.
Everyone at Valve was like, nah, I want to keep working on TF2, that old 2012 game that barely anyone pays attention to. I want to keep working on that.
Oh, that hurts. I like TF2 a lot.
TF2 is great, don't get me wrong, but like, it's a 2012 game that has barely been updated or like...
Was it really? It wasn't 2012. That game's been out for way long. That game's like 2007.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because it came with the orange box. 2012 was when it became free.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. Well, even then, you get my point. But, like, yeah, like, the entirety... Okay, there was a thing for TF2 that Valve was working on, like a little update. Like an event. Everyone who was on that, like, as soon as they finished it... Oh, sorry. A lot of the people who were typically, like, on these little projects for like the little event updates, like adding new maps or whatever, they stopped working on that to dedicate full time, working on Half-Life Alex. Everybody, the whole company was Half-Life Alex. Let's get this going. Let's get to work. And the management at Valve were like really anxious because they, like, again with Half-Life 3, there was this whole thing of like giving up on the project because nobody was motivated to continue it.
Yeah.
Different context, but like, that was still a concern because the guy who did the music for Half-Life Alex, he went to one of the management guys and he's like, will this game actually be released, or will it just be another thing that you guys will throw away and forget about?
Oh,
the guy was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. we're gonna do it. And he kept asking the same question, are you sure? Like, is this going to be something you're gonna release?
Well,
because this is my best work yet. I don't want it to be left in some vault that no one will ever see or experience ever again.
You know what?
And he kept asking that question, pressuring the guy. And until he got the same answer over and over again, until he was satisfied with the answer that he got, and until he was 100% reassured, then he was like, okay, fine. I'll get to work on this. Because again, the whole reason why Mark Laidlaw left Valve in such, like, it's not just because he wanted to retire, he left it because every single idea for a Half-Life project that he thought of ever was shut down.
It would just get shot down.
It was shut down. And so, like, there was this big thing between him and the heads at Valve. There was, like, this little drama happening. Because every single idea that he would think of that would get the ball rolling on another Half-Life game, that would really please the fans, would just be shut down. And so he was like, you know what the fuck is the point? Why am I even here anymore? I should have retired ages ago. Whatever.
Why work at a company as a writer if they're like they really don't want you to write anything? Like what's he doing then? You know, he's just getting paid.
He
to
came
sit
up
at
with
his
this
desk.
idea for a VR game.
So,
which it sounded
guys,
like
I'd love to continue the conversation, but I think it's about 11:30 now. And I think we've gotten a good time out of this. We're closing on 4 hours, so I think we'd better wrap it up at a good time.
Oh yeah. David's gonna be the bitch this week. It was me last week. I was like, guys, I'm tired.
And I'm never the bitch in these streams.
Well, the only difference is that I'm the bitch who also presses the button to turn on and turn off the stream. So my opinion actually matters.
Just got fucking just destroyed. You just did massive.
Yeah, the point is, Half-Life Alyx was this big ambitious project that everyone was on board on.
I just destroyed everybody's asses. So we will we will see you on the flippity flop.
Stop.
See ya.